Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Arizona.
We're in Arlington, Texas, right across the way from Jerry Jones' Cowboys Football Palace. You'll find one of the biggest ballparks in baseball, Globe Life Park, where the D-backs will play the first of two against the Texas Rangers. And tonight the D-backs face a pitcher who has not given up a run in 4 starts. It's Prince fielder Josh Hamilton, Adrian Beltre, and longtime nemesis Yovani Gallardo, the Diamondbacks and the Rangers, on Fox Sports Arizona. And good evening from Globe Life Park. Welcome to the broadcast. Steve Berthume along the way. Bob Brenly is off this week. Pleased to be joined on this road trip by Diamondback great Luis Gonzalez. We are here for the first of two against the Texas Rangers. And Gonzo, with you on this trip, we are full of Diamondback All-Stars.
Well, we're looking for a good All-Star performance by our two All-Stars this series. So these guys have been phenomenal all year long and well-deserved for both of them. Goldie going in as a voted starter, and of course Pollock, the player vote. It's awesome for those two guys.
And both in the starting lineup tonight, as you would expect. Your pitching matchup tonight, Robbie Ray and Yovani Gallardo. Gonzo, Gallardo has not given up a run in 29 1/3 innings.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks definitely got a task tonight. He's been 6-2 in his last 8 starts, and he has been dominant, but we're looking for this offense to get jump-started tonight against him.
Gallardo hasn't lost in nearly 2 months. He's up against D-backs lefty Robbie Ray. First pitch is coming up next here on Fox Sports Arizona. All-Stars shining bright. Prince Fielder, the Rangers All-Star representative, DHing tonight head-to-head for the first of 2 games against Goldie and the Diamondbacks. First pitch is next on Fox Sports Arizona. Jody Jackson along the way, and the Diamondback offense has been rolling as of late as we roll into Arlington, Texas. During the last 7-game homestand at Chase Field, the D-backs averaged nearly 6 runs a game, and they'll try and continue that on the road this week, with 2 games here in Texas, followed by 3 over the weekend against the Mets in New York. Gonzo, here's the lineup tonight for Chip Hale's Diamondbacks.
Yeah, absolutely. A.J. Pollock leading off, and with Peralta followed at second, playing left field. The All-Star Paul Goldschmidt hitting cleanup. Yosmani Tomas hitting fourth. Then you got Jake Lamb, Wellington Castillo, Saul Tulamacchia back home in Texas here at the DH spot. Of course, Chris Owings at second base, and Nick Ahmed anchoring down the fourth there at shortstop.
Robbie Ray on the mound for the Diamondbacks, and of course in the American League parks, the DH is in play, so it's a 3-man bench for Chip tonight. And and a deeper bullpen. They need that extra arm back there, they feel, this week.
Yeah, and I played in the American League 1 year, and it's a little difficult when you're not a starter because there's not a lot of opportunities for you to get in there, because usually that lineup is set unless something drastic, a pitching matchup against a certain hitter might come up. But other than that, you're pretty much dead man walking sitting on the bench.
Well, the Texas Rangers, they are struggling. They've lost 6 straight games here at Globe Life Park. They have lost 11 of their last 15 overall. And come into this series a game under 500, 7 back of the Astros for the AL West lead. They were just swept in a 3-game series here by their division rival Angels. They were outscored 33-8. They are really searching for some answers here in Texas.
Yeah, they are. And you talk to some people here, and they said that last series they were out of it early in a lot of those games. The Angels came in here and just took a whipping to those guys. But, this is a good team. They just haven't come together. They've got a couple guys that are swinging the bat offensively, but other than that, there's a lot of struggling players on that ball club.
Yeah, Texas just 15-22 here at home this year. That's the 3rd worst home record in all of baseball. Your Arizona Ford starting pitcher for the Rangers, 29-year-old right-hander Yovani Gallardo, now in Texas after 8 seasons with the Milwaukee Brewers. He's been the best pitcher in baseball that nobody seems to be talking about. Here's Goldie.
Yeah, he's a really good pitcher. He's been doing it for a number of years. Saw him earlier this year, I believe, when he was with Texas. But he's got a good fastball. He can run it up there, but he's got some movement on it. He's got a really good slider, and he uses his curve and his changeup as well. So he's just a tough pitcher. He knows how to pitch. He doesn't make many mistakes. So we'll have to be on our game if we want to score some runs and try to win this game.
You saw the 2.56 ERA, good for 6th best in the American League. Here's what he throws. Unbeaten in his last 8 starts. He has not allowed a run in his last 29 1/3 consecutive innings.
Yeah, he's been dominant. A lot of 4-seamers, sliders, 2-seamers. You see a lot of 2-seamers to him, especially to right-handed hitters. A lot of these guys are going to get fastballs and sliders. He's a strike thrower. He's going to go right after these guys. Not overpowering, but he throws strikes.
Has not given up a run since the 4th inning on June 10th. At Oakland, so it's been a month since he's allowed a run. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and he's been a sleeper. You look at that list of names that are on that list. There haven't been a lot of talk about him. We always talk about Greinke and Kershaw and those guys because they're in our division, but he's been one of the best in the game.
He was not named to the All-Star team. There is some thought here in Texas that maybe with a change or two over the next week or so, they might see Yovani Gallardo in Cincinnati. A.J. Pollock will lead it off for the Diamondbacks, first of 2 here against the Rangers. It is steamy, to say the least, here in Arlington, Texas tonight. We're told 30 to 40% chance of rain. So far so good, though. There is a strong wind blowing in, as it always seems to be, from right field here. Brian O'Nora, our plate umpire tonight. We are underway. The Rangers and the Diamondbacks. First pitch by A.J. Pollock, fouled back up here. A.J. 303 and 10 home runs. A toasty 87.
It's a little humid today.
The humidity slightly more than what we get back home in the great state of Arizona. And A.J. just named to the National League All-Star team on Monday. No outfielder in the major leagues has more hits than A.J. Pollock. Puts this up in the air deep to right center field. Delino DeShields in front of the warning track runs it down, and that's out number 1. Take a look at the Rangers defensively, Gonzo, around Yovani Gallardo.
Yeah, you got Gallardo on the mound, Chirinos behind the plate, Moreland at first, Odor, Andrus, and Beltre rounding out the infield. In the left field, making a start here is Josh Hamilton. DeShields in center just made the catch, and Chu out in right.
Now, Josh Hamilton has been plagued lately by a nagging groin injury, a recent return to the Rangers, where he was an all-star for so many years. But he has avoided the DL and is in the starting lineup tonight. David Peralta. This is a great ballpark for David Peralta. You always have that wind blowing out, it seems, to right field. You got the home run porch out there. David just under 270 and 7 home runs.
He was putting on a show at batting practice today, hitting balls in the second deck.
A roller foul behind Dave McKay, and it's 0-2. They built that home run porch out there to sort of emulate old Tiger Stadium. Bring back any memories for you?
Well, it's a little bit deeper here. The old Tiger Stadium had hung over a little bit in right field, the overhang, but it's definitely a ballpark. If you can catch the ball right, it'll get out of here in a hurry.
Great part to be a left-hand hitter, and that one is bounced up to the plate, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Robinson Chirino behind the plate tonight for the Rangers.
I think if the Diamondbacks come up with the right approach today, they're going to be a little more aggressive early in the count because he's going to go right at these guys. Tries to pitch ahead in the count.
Now, Gallardo has said the biggest key for him during this scoreless streak, which is at 29 1/3, was to stop trying to make perfect pitches instead of being aggressive. However, the Diamondbacks did get to Gallardo April 22nd at Chase Field. 5 runs, 3 earned, 6 hits, and 5. And the biggest difference for him now, Gallardo, he attacks the hitter and the strike zone. He says just making guys swing the bat over the last month has been the difference for him.
And I think the left-handers get a little bit better look at him because he starts on the right-hand side of the mound.
Peralta strikes out, 2 down for a strikeout for Yovani Gallardo.
You see a big breaking curveball down and in the strike zone. Peralta hadn't seen that all day, and he goes swinging at it down and in.
That curveball's a real weapon for him.
He doesn't throw it that often, but he keeps it in his back pocket when he has to use it.
Glenn Sherlock, the bench coach. Here out of Texas State University, Paul Goldschmidt back in town. And he looks at ball 1. Goldie, that .348 batting average, leads the National League. And he will be the starting first baseman for the NL in the All-Star game later this month in Cincinnati. In fact, Goldie is the only National League player to be voted in as a starter in each of the last 2 seasons. The lineup, with the exception of Paul Goldschmidt, is completely different for the National League this year.
Yeah, that's an incredible honor for a guy like Paul Goldschmidt. You think about some of the bigger market teams that are out there, and for the fans to recognize Goldie as one of the elite players in the league, that's a huge honor for him and for the organization.
Sure is. This will be his 3rd straight All-Star appearance. The first position player in Diamondbacks history with multiple elections as a starter. Skied high along the right field line, drifting near the seats. A long run for Chu and Odor, and it's out of play.
I'll tell you the one thing about Goldie, he doesn't get complacent out there. Once, now he's coming in his 3rd All-Star game, he continues to work hard every single day, study the game, try to help his teammates out, and just be a good leader on the field. He's not a very vocal guy out there on the field, but he does all the little things where other guys on the team notice that and they try to follow his lead.
He seems much more vocal in the dugout and in the clubhouse with his teammates rather than being a holler guy, as they always say.
Yeah, and then when you see him walking around with the fans behind home plate, he's a very shy and mellow guy when he's walking around.
2-2 misses, and it's full 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Close pitch here to take. Gallardo wanted that one. Of course, Goldie being the hitter that he is, sometimes you get the benefit of the doubt on close pitches.
Ball 4. A 2-out walk to Goldie brings up Yasmani Tomas. What have you seen that stood out to you about Yasmani Tomas here, now that you've had 3 months to watch him at this level?
Well, I think he's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. In spring training, he was trying to feel his way around a little bit. I still personally would like to see him turn on some more baseballs.
Pull the ball more?
Pull the ball once in a while, a little bit, just to jump guys every now and then. And he's done it a little bit more lately, but he continues to hit well to the ball to right center field, stays inside the ball, takes his singles if they give it to him. And he's been pretty good protecting Goldie up there at the plate.
Sure has. Yasmani homered twice on the last homestand, including his 5th of the year Sunday against the Rockies' Jorge De La Rosa.
Well, he does a great job. If he gets that ball up and out over the plate, he doesn't try to pull that pitch. He stays with it, and he's got enough pop to hit that ball in that right center field alley out there.
Chirinos thought about throwing down there to first, but lost the handle. Tomas ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. How real is the idea for you of protection, the word we hear all the time?
I think it plays a lot into the hands. I mean, you look at Pollock, he's having a great year, and his numbers are very good when he's hitting second.
Ahead of Goldie?
In the batting order there, you see Tomas hitting 330. When you have a guy hitting for average and hitting behind a guy like Goldie, you're going to get pitches once in a while.
2-0 is swung on and rolled into left. A base hit for Tomas. 2 on and 2 out for Jake Lamb.
And that's what we like to see once in a while, him pulling that ball, because teams rely on tendencies. If they see him continue to go the other way, they're going to start shifting him that way. And when you jump him and pull a ball like he just did right there in the 6 hole between short and third, they get to start playing you straight up, and then you find those holes out there.
And that base hit by Yasmani Tomas, number 25,000 in Diamondbacks history. You had a few of those.
And who keeps that stat? How they figure
we
when
keep
that
track
was
of everything up here.
That is unbelievable. Oh, what a great accomplishment for the organization.
So it's Goldie at second, Tomas at first. 2 outs. Here's Jake Lamb.
Jake Lamb's another young player in the organization, starting to find his way. Had a slight injury early. He was really playing well. Kind of opened up the way to get Tomas to move out in the outfield. And this guy's going to be a great player once he gets some more at-bats at this level.
There's a strike. Yeah, you're right. He has picked up the pace lately, Jake. Last 11 games, he's hitting nearly 320.
You throw a young kid like that in a demanding position, third base, one of the toughest positions to play out there. He always seems cool as a cucumber when he's playing.
Big cut at the 1-1. Yeah, he's a lot like Goldie that way for me, Gonzo. He's a big guy, quiet. I just like the way he comports himself out there, all business, but relaxed at the same time.
Got great composure up there at the plate and on defense. You never see him really panic out there on any type of play.
And of course, a plus defender at third. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 outs. Rich Chirinos has had a workout back there already.
Here's that breaking ball down and in, the same one that got Peralta. Tried to get Lamb on it.
Good job by Jake to lay off that pitch with 2 strikes.
And it helps when you got players in front of you. He's seen that pitch already because he saw Peralta take that same pitch for a strike.
Diamondbacks making Gallardo work here. Pitch number 23 on the way. Holds up again, and it's full 3-2.
Good opportunity here for the D-backs. He's going to want to throw a strike here, and the runners are going to be moving. See if we could break that scoreless streak here early in the ball game.
That'd be something, wouldn't it? 29 and a third scoreless, and you put up some runs in the first inning. Chance to do that right here. Castillo on deck. He would be next. 2 outs, 3 balls, and 2 strikes. Got him. Gallardo gets out of it. He strikes out 2 in the inning and strands 2. Robbie Ray coming up just underway from Arlington, Texas on Fox Sports Arizona. Starting pitcher for the Diamondbacks, it's 23-year-old left-hander Robbie Ray. A little too fastball reliant lately for Chip Hale. Here's the Diamondback skipper.
He's got to try to, mix in his off-speed pitches. I mean, when he does, and he's effective with them, he's really tough to hit because we know his fastball is a swing and miss pitch. But these good hitters, the more chance you get them to look at film and figure out that if he's just going to be a one-trick pony and throw that fastball, they're going to gear up for it and they're going to get it.
The numbers on Robbie, even though he's lost 3 straight starts, that ERA is still excellent at 2.55, his 8th start of the year.
Yeah, we just, he's a good young pitcher. He's developing up here at the same time, and 7 starts there. You see the 2-4 record. Like to see him get ahead of a lot of these hitters. These are aggressive hitters here in the Texas Rangers.
Corners are in for the extremely speedy Delino DeShields, who leads it off, the center fielder. Lamb at third, Goldie at first. Hitting .275 to begin his major league career. And he was just reinstated from the DL on Sunday. Missed 19 games with a left hamstring strain. And in his first game back Sunday, had a pair of hits against the Angels, including a triple. He's got 5 triples this year. A lot of speed here.
The thing that's odd today for the Texas Rangers, throwing a left-handed dominant lineup against a left-handed pitching Ray.
It is interesting. It's a good matchup for Robbie here tonight. This is in the air, right center field. Tomas calling for it. AJ's over there as well. He'll take it, and that's the first out. As you mentioned it, Gonzo, a lot of lefties in the lineup for Jeff Bannister tonight.
Delino DeShields just flied out to right center field. Odor hitting second baseman. Prince Fielder, their all-star, hitting third. Beltre hitting cleanup. Moreland, Hamilton, Andrus, followed by Chu out in right field, and Chirinos doing the catching today for the Texas Rangers.
1 away. Here's the second baseman, Rougned Odor. 235 and 4 homers. He homered in the Rangers' loss to Anaheim here on Sunday. There's a strike on 1.
The interesting thing with the Rangers, when you hear Texas Rangers are always used to these ball clubs being hitting teams, you look up and down their lineup, they've got some guys hitting in the low 200s.
They are really scuffling as of late. I mentioned that earlier. They were just swept here by the Angels over the weekend and outscored in that series 33-8. Rangers never had a lead in the series under their first-year skipper, Jeff Bannister. And his rolling foul.
The 2 guys that have really been hot for them is Prince Fielder and Mitch Moreland. Hopefully with Robbie Ray being the left-hander, he can neutralize those guys a little bit.
There you go. They just, for whatever reason, they do not do well here this year in this ballpark.
They like playing on the road.
They get out of the heat that way, maybe. 2-2. Jeff Bannister was a coach under Clint Hurdle in Pittsburgh before getting the Rangers job. Big cut at that one. First strikeout for Robbie Ray. 2 down, and here comes Prince Fielder. Take a look at the Diamondbacks defensively around Robbie Ray.
Well, you've got, of course, Paul Goldschmidt first base, Chris Owings at second, rounded out by Nick Ahmed and Jake Lamb at third. In left field, you got Peralta, Pollock, and Tomas. 2 all-stars out there. Wellington Castillo behind the plate, and Robbie Ray on the mound for the D-backs.
Well, Prince, the Rangers' leading hitter and their only all-star. Hitting .347, 13 homers and 50 RBIs. He begins tonight tied with the Indians' Jason Kipnis for the American League lead in hits.
You wouldn't think he'd probably be the last guy you think about when you talk about guys leading the league in hits. You'd think of Kipnis, Altuve, one of those guys in the American League. There he is, Prince Fielder. You would figure he would have got a lot more walks, especially when Beltre was out of the lineup.
Shift is on, but Prince handles lefties okay. He homered Sunday off Angels lefty C.J. Wilson. And he's hit home runs 6 times versus left-hand pitchers this year. So a matchup for Robbie Ray to really be careful with, and he's behind 3-0, and sure enough, a 4-pitch walk to Prince.
I think the D-backs know already who the hot hands are coming into this series, and they don't want to let a guy like that beat them.
So with 2 outs, they'll pitch around Fielder and work to Adrian Beltre. Interesting, you pitch around the lefty there to get to the righty.
Beltre's coming back from an injury. We still don't think he's 100%.
Yeah, he was recently on the DL, out most of last month. Missed 19 games with a sprained left thumb, which is apparently still pretty painful for him. There's a strike, 0-1. Beltre 248 this year. Over the previous 5 seasons, he has averaged 29 home runs a year, but he's homered just 6 times this season.
Bert, you talked about a strained left thumb. There's a protective piece that they've had designed for him to wear up there at the plate.
He came back June 23rd, and since he returned, he's hit about 210. Quick feet there. Hop, skip, and a jump.
Good movement there for a veteran player like Beltre. Most guys would have just stood there and taken it.
36 years old.
It seems like he's been in the league forever,
doesn't it? 2 balls and a strike. Goldie will play in front of the runner at first. This is driven to center field. A.J. Pollock backing up at the track. He's got room. And he runs it down for the 3rd out. We are through 1 in Texas. No score. The Rangers and the Diamondbacks.
To ever play the game, enjoying the game tonight.
How's he doing? I saw you talking to him before the ball
game.
I
talked to him. He's a good friend. I've known him for a long time, and he was talking to me about his son. His son's playing in the minor leagues, not with the Rangers, but he's a pitcher in high A ball.
He's a pitcher.
He's a pitcher.
He's got that arm.
Well, he never had to go looking for a catcher whenever he had to throw. He had his dad out there in the backyard.
It's nice, convenient.
He's still a good ambassador to the game and works with the Texas Rangers.
Strike 1 to the Diamondback catcher tonight, Wellington Castillo, who leads off the 2nd. Yvonne Gallardo coming off a 24-pitch first inning. Castillo 211 for the year and 6 homers. You see his numbers on the bottom there, just with the Diamondbacks. That's where he's done most of his damage after beginning the year with the Cubs, and then he was a Mariner for about 10 minutes.
That was a breaking ball down and away. Just got it barely off the end of the bat. think our team's going to have to be aggressive. Get him early when he's trying to pump that fastball in first or second pitch. Try to jump him.
Gallardo ahead 1-2. This is swung on and hit to left center field. It'll drop in front of DeShields, and Castillo has a leadoff single. You surprised at how well he's hit?
You know what? We really didn't know what we were going to get when we got him over here, and he's jumped out there, and he's been a good leader to the team. Nice swing there, stayed inside the ball, able to loop it out in the center field, and everybody seems to get along with him on the ball club. He knew some guys coming in, but he's been a good fit for our team.
He is always smiling and laughing, it seems. Former Ranger Jared Saltalamacchia back in town. The DH tonight for the Diamondbacks. Ball 1 to Salty. 165 and a pair of homers. Spent the early portion of his career here in Texas. Parts of 4 seasons with the Rangers.
He was walking around today talking to some old friends out there.
One and one. Salty coming off a 2-hit night Saturday in the win over the Rockies. These are his career numbers with Texas. Rangers sent him to Boston at the trade deadline in 2010 for 3 minor leaguers. Won a World Series ring with the Red Sox.
I think that's where he made his mark. That's where everybody really, when they got to the playoffs, everybody started to really hear about Saltalamacchia. Other than that, he's been a journeyman here the last couple of years, playing for some different clubs.
He's ahead, 2 balls and a strike. And of course, when you've got Saltalamacchia DHing, you worry about the catching situation. Castillo starts behind the plate. Salty has the DH, but with the roster moves this weekend, there is another catcher back there. You don't forget about Oscar Hernandez. So there is some flexibility right there. If you happen to need a catcher, you don't have to lose the DH. You can put Oscar in there.
Well, Oscar's a great young catcher in the organization. Picked him up in Rule 5, so the organization's very excited about this guy. Suffered a hand injury. Spring training. He's been working his way back. Now he's here. He's looking to get his opportunity here shortly.
3rd full count of the ball game so far for Yovani Gallardo. 3-2 on Saltalamacchia. All 4. First 2 have reached for the Diamondbacks. In the second walk issued by Gallardo. Brings up Chris Owings.
Anytime the D-backs score 5 runs or more, Taco Bell has given away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 p.m. the following day at participating locations.
What are you seeing from Chris Owings these days?
He's starting to get his confidence back a little bit. I think he struggled, and last year he was playing real well, and then he got hurt.
That shoulder, yeah.
And wasn't able to, he came out of the gates a little bit slow this year, just as Owings, the same way. Now they're starting to get a little bit of confidence. They're working well together out there.
Pops up the bunt. Gallardo's got it. And they have Saltalamacchia hung up. They double off the runner at first. Diamondbacks bunt their way into a double play there, as Owings can't get the bunt down.
That's definitely not what you want to do here. You got guys breaking in motion. He pops that ball up. You want to keep that away from the pitcher in the middle of the field. And that's a sacrifice bunt. It was almost like he was running out of the box, almost like bunting for a hit. Got to try to get that ball down on the ground to try to advance those runners.
He scored a double play, 1-3 on the putout. So it's Castillo at second now, 2 down for Nick Ahmed. Gallardo got a big break there.
That was a tough break for the Diamondbacks. They had something going. Just got to get that guy, that runner, the ball down, get those runners advanced.
Nick in there at 245 and 6 homers. Good chance for the bottom of the order to contribute there, but 2 quick outs. And Ahmed down 0-1.
Not only that, but you don't play with the pitcher hitting in this game, especially being in the American League. You got extra hitters in the lineup.
Right back to the mound. First 2 a reach against Gallardo, but nothing across. Still scoreless in Texas.
Brought to you in part by Cox Gigablast. How will you live the gig life? By Lone Butte Casino. You're in for more winning moments at Lone Butte Casino. And by Jack in the Box. Taste the new black pepper cheeseburger today, only at Jack in the Box.
Well, it used to be Rangers Ballpark. Now it's Globe Life Park. Go, go, Goldie. First Diamondback away game. Nice job. Road trip here.
Good to see out there. I'm sure Goldie has a lot of family and friends here. Went to school in nearby Texas State.
Mitch Moreland leads off the second for the Rangers, and this is a guy you got to be careful with. They'll sneak up on you. Hitting .292 and leading the Rangers with 14 home runs. Shift is on for the Diamondbacks. And he hits right into it. Jake Lamb throws him out from the second base spot. That's a 5-3 putout. 1 away. And with Josh Hamilton coming up, they'll leave the shift on. That's pretty convenient. No running around. All these lefties in the lineup for Jeff Bannister tonight.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of that tonight in this ball game, especially with all those left-handers, because a lot of these guys are power-hitting left-handers in the batting order.
Hamilton just 10 games back with the Rangers, where he was a 5-time All-Star and the AL MVP 5 years ago. .303 and a pair of homers. He has been nagged by injuries lately, missed a couple of starts, including Sunday, with a slight strain of the left groin muscle. They have so far avoided putting Hamilton on the DL, and he's in there tonight.
Boy, there was a time where this guy was one of the most dangerous players in the game, and he's had a lot of ups and downs, not only in baseball, but in life.
Yep. That's how he ended up here. And they have dealt with injury issues. They're used to that with Josh Hamilton. He was on the DL for a while earlier this year. It was a hamstring strain that kept him out nearly all of June. 2-2. He's a big guy up there, 6'4", 240. A roller to Goldie at first. Robbie Ray hustling over there to cover. 2 up, 2 down. brings up the slumping Elvis Andrus. Andrus, a two-time All-Star, having another disappointing season offensively, 237. That OPS by far a career low. And his on-base percentage this year only in the 290s. That would also be a low for his career.
Yeah, and to me it seems like Andrus, ever since he signed that big contract, he hasn't really been able to play up to par.
And it's an issue. He is just starting that contract. 8 years, $120 million. He just kicked in this season. Robbie Ray throwing strikes, 0-1. Four of 7 first pitch strikes for Robbie. And Andrus up there, just 2 for his last 25 at the plate.
Well, the good thing about Robbie Ray, he just gets that ball and fires. That's why your defense is always on their toes. They play better. It's always great to play behind a guy like that who's constantly on the mound, ready to go.
Popped him up. Very shallow right field. Tomas coming in. And Robbie Ray works a 10-pitch, 1-2-3 second, no score at Globe Life Park in Arlington.
Enjoying the nice weather, and Chip called me and told me I made the All-Star game, and it was a thrill. You know, it was really nice to, I kind of put it out of my head, but the fact that they selected me is a real honor, and I'm going to cherish it.
And so the plans are underway. The Pollock family will come in from Connecticut. His wife Kate's dad coming in all the way from London to see AJ at the All-Star game. And guys, he did call his dad first yesterday to give him the news. He said his dad was very emotional. His mom, however, though, was on a bike ride, and since she had a little bit of a biking accident earlier this year reading a text, he decided to wait to let his mom know via text and told her a little bit later on. But no question, I remember meeting his parents when AJ first came up. I believe it was in Milwaukee. Just great people. They're so proud of their son.
Safety first.
Yeah, it's an incredible honor. And to me, I think it's more important the way he got voted in by his peers. Because the simple fact that we play in the West Coast, a lot of those East Coast people don't really know who A.J. Pollock is. But you ask around the league, American League National, the players know who A.J. Pollock is. And that's the utmost respect that you want. You want your fans to love you. Of course, we all know him in Arizona. But now all the baseball world's going to get to know him here next week in Cincinnati.
I guess that's part of the process, right? When you first find out, you gotta call all the friends and family.
Absolutely. I'm sure his family is very excited for him. His wife got to share that moment with her. And it's a good, it's a good feeling to go to your first All-Star game with a teammate. Goldie's been there before, so he gets to share that experience with somebody else, knows where he's going.
It's a fly ball out to right field. Shin-Soo Choo backing up. Windy out there. He's got it. That's the first out here in the third. All-Star reserves for the National League. There's A.J. Pollock on that list.
He's going to have a lot of fun with some of these guys. He knows Upton was a former teammate with him. Jock Peterson, I'm sure he's going to want to get to know a little bit more about him. McCutchen, those outfielders will all be hanging out in the outfield during batting practice, talking a little bit.
David Peralta struck out his first time up.
Look at that list of reserves. There's a lot of guys in the National League West in that reserve lineup for the National League.
It's a tough division, yeah. NL East is really down this year. Central is kind of top heavy. The West still pretty competitive.
That was an 86-mile-an-hour cutter, just kind of cement mix. It didn't break, it just stayed up and in. Like Peralta kind of half swung a little bit.
I looked back at Brian O'Nora and said, what was that?
The umpire's giving him a little break there, kind of took an awkward swing at it, saw it.
You saw Brian O'Nora check with him first.
There's a common courtesy in baseball where the umpires, the catchers, sometimes the hitters, they take something awkward, take a foul tip or something, you take a little bit more time.
Lays off that one. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Gallardo at 45 pitches. 25 strikes. 1-2.
There's that breaking ball that he got him out the first time to swing through it. Took it that time.
Gallardo doesn't throw as hard as he used to. He's no longer really a strikeout pitcher per se. In fact, he struck out more than 7 batters in a ball game, only once all year. That one misses, and it's full 3-2. Another full count. Diamondbacks have done a good job for the most part, driving up that pitch count. That's 4 3-ball, 2-strike counts so far.
You got to think too, some of these pitchers in this Texas heat got to get worn down late in the season, July and August.
A roller to Odor at second. 2 down. Gallardo, you'll see a lot of that sinking 2-seam fastball that he uses more and more often than that hard 4-seamer. Hi to the family in Arizona. Hi, Mom. Watching the Diamondbacks. 2 down for Goldie, who walked his first time up. Gallardo pitched around him for the most part. Let's see how he does here. Reaches out and knocks that one down the right field line. Choo over to cut it off, and Goldie will stop at first with a 2-out single. Third hit for the Diamondbacks. Well, we have a moment. Let's take a look at our Valley Honda keys to the game. Put some clothes on. We want to stop the streaking, right?
Stop the streak. Gallardo's got that scoreless streak. We got to put some clothes on him, and then we got to take ours off. We want to go streaking here. 5 games left before the All-Star break. We want to get on a good streak here, get us over the 500 mark, get going in the right direction.
We're going streaking. Put on your pink hat. Pitch number 50 coming up. Snoop-a-loop.
You keep thinking about Goldie. He just continues to get hits. Teams go into those meetings. You know, they go into those meetings and talk about certain hitters and who you want not to beat you in the lineup. And I'm 100% positive his name comes up. And some of these pitchers continue to go out there and say, let me be that guy to stop his streak, and it doesn't happen.
And so far tonight, he's walked and singled. 1-1 on Yasmani Tomas. Gallardo really working here. That curveball is a real weapon for him. It's been outstanding this year. You'll see it a lot. Big 12-6 curveball with a big drop on it. Opponents batting only 125 against his curveball this year. And it's really helped him get some swings and misses and some ground balls. He's rolled to right to Moreland at first, and that's the inning. A Strand, the 2-out single. They'll score in Texas. Your tickets Saturday, July 18th, the A.J. Pollock Star Wars bobblehead. He's a Jedi, he's an all-star, courtesy of Cox Communications. Sunday, July 19th, is the D-backs Fun Socks giveaway. You got sad feet, we got fun socks. And on July 25th, complete that bobblehead collection. This is a must-have. The Randy Johnson Hall of Fame edition bobblehead. Get your tickets right now at dbacks.com. Shin-Soo Choo leads off the Ranger third against Robbie Ray. First pitch swinging, drives it to shallow left center. And got that one, knocked it down for Pollock. One away, 5 in a row, retired by Robbie.
Shin-Soo Choo has been another disappointment for the Texas Rangers. You get rid of a guy like Nelson Cruz, you see the year that he's putting up once again.
They gave Choo $130 million, and it has not worked out.
There's a lot of guys in that ball club here in the Texas Rangers making over $100 million in their career and their contracts. Just hasn't worked out for a lot of these guys.
The number 9 hitter for the Rangers, it's the catcher Robinson Chirinos. He's got some power, be careful here. This is inside, it's 1-0. Chirinos at 203, he does have 8 home runs.
Well, how'd you like to have that contract, making $100+ million, hitting 8?
I'll take it. You want to give it away?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they got Andrews at over $100 million. Choo at over $100 million. And the thing about those contracts is they just started.
Yeah.
And they were on the hook with both those guys for a long time. 1-1. So there's not a whole lot of financial flexibility here.
Yeah, and when you're not winning, it gets magnified a little bit more. If you're winning ball games and you're not playing well, then the other guys are kind of filling the holes there. And you have a little bit of time and flexibility to start getting hot and getting back on track. But when you're not playing well, those numbers get magnified real quick.
Skied along the left field line. Ahmed will give it a look. He's over there with Lamb. And how about that grab by Nick Ahmed along the tarp? 2 down. The D-backs shortstop.
Well, that's a nice play by Nick Ahmed. A lot of wind blowing out here. He just kept on it, kept his eyes on it. Take a peek down to see where the tarp's at.
The tarpaulin does not obtrude. Delino DeShields. One thing that the Rangers do very well here is scout, draft, develop, and they're able to offset, Gonzo, a lot of those big disappointing contracts with some really good young players that they bring up, and obviously those guys don't make a lot of money. And DeShields is one of them, picked up in the Rule 5 draft last December from the Astros. Just 22 years old.
He's a good player. His father was a big league ball player. Played for a long time.
Yeah, 13 years. Robbie Ray, 8 of 10 first pitch strikes, ahead in the count. We heard Chip Hale say, Gonzo, they want Robbie Ray to throw more breaking balls and more changeups. He relies a lot on that fastball. When he's ahead in the count and he's throwing strike one, does that then make it easier to work off that fastball and drop in the breaking stuff in the off-speed stuff?
I think so, because hitters start looking for certain pitches on certain counts, and you start getting too predictable out there, they start to feed on that.
All right to Jake Lamb. Another 1, 2, 3, 9 pitch inning for Robbie Ray. He's retired 7 straight, no score in Texas. The time, tweet us your strongest fan photo. Just remember to use the hashtag AZDataStrongFan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. Brought to you by T-Mobile. The photos are pouring in. Keep them coming. Jake Lamb leads off the 4th against Yovani Gallardo. He's now worked 32 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings.
And Jake Lamb gets a first pitch changeup right out of the gates.
Second time through the order here.
I think Gallardo's doing so well right now. He's moving the ball all around the zone. He's not getting real consistent where he wants to throw those pitches. He's throwing up and in, down and in, up and away, down and away. There's a breaking ball down in the dirt, kind of changing the eye levels on the hitters.
Yeah, he has said when you show the hitters you can pour it into the strike zone and keep the ball down like he does, then he says they are going to swing. And Jeff Bannister very pleased with the way Gallardo has worked that strike zone vertically, elevating the fastball when he wants to, but for the most part keeping it down.
You thrive. These pitchers thrive on hitters' aggressiveness at the plate. Especially when you're a young player, you usually get up there. You don't want to hit with 2 strikes. So you see a lot of these younger players going up there swinging at the first couple pitches they see. Jake Lamb's probably more of an exception to the rule. He's got a pretty good idea of the strike zone.
Well, he worked the count full before he struck out to end the first, Jake Lamb. And he's 3-2 again here to open up the 4th. The 5th 3-ball, 2-strike count for Gallardo so far.
Right now, as a hitter, he's thinking, okay, he got me last time on a breaking ball. He throws a fastball for a strike. There's a lot of different thoughts going through that mind right now while you're at the plate, especially on a 3-2 count, what he could throw for a strike.
Ball 4, the third walk issued by Gallardo. And the leadoff man's aboard in the 4th. He's usually much more efficient than this.
Got the leadoff hitter on once again. Let's see if we can get something going.
Castillo singled his first time in. Jeff Bannister says one of the ideas he brought over here from Pittsburgh was for his pitchers, and the idea that if you can get quick outs, 3-pitch or less type of at-bats, and keep them on the ground, your defense is going to work at a better rate, and they're going to stay in the game longer. And Bannister says that has been a big key for Gallardo this year. He's really embraced that whole process, and they talk about it before every outing. Get up there and look to get that ground ball. He used to be a strikeout guy, not anymore.
Well, especially you're playing here where the heat and humidity takes a big toll on a lot of these players. So if you work fast, your defense and everybody's going to be on their toes. They want to get right back in that air condition in the dugout and try to score some runs, although they've been struggling offensively. But when he pitches, they know they're going to get, for the most part, a quick game.
But the Diamondbacks' patient approach in this ball game is really working out. Gallardo's walked 3. 0-1 to Castillo. Now at 60 pitches right here. 1-1.
See, he really hasn't left a pitch over the heart of the plate. Everything, he's kind of nibbling in and out, up and out, down and in.
He has been very tough, as we know, on the Diamondbacks throughout his career, Yovani Gallardo. Although they did beat him earlier this year at Chase Field back in April. 11 starts against the Diamondbacks. Yovani Gallardo, 7-1, a 2.12 ERA. On April 22nd at Chase Field. 5 runs, 6 hits in 5. Diamondbacks beat him for the first time.
We've got a pretty good count here, 2-1. Let's see if we got a little action going.
A little flare to right center field. That one's going to get down. It's a base hit. Lamb held on the pitch. The first 2 have reached for the second time in 4 innings for the Diamondbacks. Castillo 2 for 2.
Once again, Castillo's done a great job just staying up the middle, not trying to do too much. There's a side shot of him just kind of staying inside the baseball, staying to the middle of the field, just kind of looping it out there once again for his second hit of the evening.
2 on, nobody out for Salty, who walked his first time up. Lamb at second, Castillo at first. And Jared Saltalamacchia, the former Ranger, getting the start tonight as the DH. There's a strike, 0-1.
You see a 90-mile-an-hour fastball down and away.
Good location.
Very good. That's the pitch that you want that left-hander to kind of roll over on it, try to get that ground ball double play.
And that's what he's looking for. He's ahead 0-2. This is where he's been living lately.
Hit the bottom corner of the strike zone there.
He has become more and more a ground ball pitcher in recent years. His ground ball rate has gone up every season for the last 5 years in a row. It's now up over 53%. And in this spot, you know he's looking for that double play ball. Diamondbacks tonight 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position.
He is, and Salty's behind in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, so he's a little bit more aggressive at the plate. Doesn't want to strike out here. Try to get something out in the outfield, at least hook it to the right side, try to move those runners over, keep it off the ground.
1-2 pitch. Third strikeout for Gallardo, 1 away in the 4th.
You see 91-mile-an-hour fastball, just blew it right by Salty. Put a little bit more on it. He's got that extra oomph on it. Fastball once in a while when he has to, he'll gas up on it and get it by you.
Well, this is the second time in the ball game the Diamondbacks have had 2 on, nobody out to open up an inning. The last time was the second. Castillo singled, Salty walked, but Owings popped up a bunt attempt and it turned into a Ranger double play. So let's see if they can take advantage here. They're strike one.
They're taking too many good pitches early in the count here. He's down to the bottom of the order, so he's going to be a little bit more aggressive going after some of these guys. All he needs is a lousy single here to get us on the board.
Hey fans, when the D-backs win, you win at Papa John's. The day after every D-backs win, you get 50% off your regular menu price online order at Papa John's. Just enter promo code DBACKS50 at papajohns.com. Owens shows bunt, pulls back. It's ahead 2-1. This is a great job by the Diamondbacks to make Yovani Gallardo labor here. He's about to throw his 70th pitch. He has been far and away their dominant starting pitcher. If you can get into their bullpen, that's the key. Their bullpen has been terrible this year. Texas relievers have a collective ERA of 4.36, which is the second worst in the major leagues.
And you never know, that might be the D-backs plan in their hitters meeting. Just make them work the count, throw a lot of pitches.
They have been very patient. 2-2. And
that ball just off the Fox track strike zone, but got called for a strike.
38 strikes, 32 balls. It's full 3-2.
The thing with Gallardo here, he's not afraid to throw a breaking ball or something off speed with a 3-2 count. He doesn't always necessarily come with a fastball.
6th full count of the ball game for Yovani Gallardo. 20th pitch of this inning coming up. Jake Lamb at second, Wellington Castillo at first. 3-2 to Owens. Ball 4, the bases are loaded for Nick Ahmed. 4 walks issued by Gallardo. Great approach tonight by the Diamondback hitters.
Good patience too on a couple of these guys, staying off some of these close pitches.
Mike Maddox, the pitching coach. This is something they have not seen a lot of in Texas. Gallardo has, for the most part, been up and down this year. The first half of the season, you go back to May 19th, he was 3-6 on the year. The ERA was almost 4.5. But since May 19th, he has not lost. Look at this. His last 8 starts unbeaten with a 0.88 ERA.
When you think about the American League, that's incredible to have an ERA like that in the American League. There's no pitchers in those lineups when you're facing these guys.
It is amazing. Only 30 hits allowed in just under 52 innings coming into the ball game. But the Diamondbacks so far with 4 hits and 4 walks. And here's Ahmed. Odor has it. And Owens is doubled off. The second time tonight the Diamondbacks have hit into a double play just like that. And that ends the threat. Bottom 4 coming up. Still no score in Texas. Another hang with them for the Diamondbacks. Dallas. Gonzo so far, Robbie Ray, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. He's retired the last 7 he's faced.
Yeah, he's lived up to the billing tonight. Everybody talking about Gallardo. He's trying to say, don't forget about me, guys. He's been throwing extremely well, getting some ground balls, some fly outs. Only 1 strikeout, but he's been effective in the strike zone. He's keeping the Diamondbacks in this ball game.
There you see the out distribution for Robbie Ray, the 23-year-old left-hander. Rougned Odor, Prince Fielder, and Adrian Beltre, 2, 3, and 4 in the Rangers' 4th. Odor struck out his first time up.
You look at his pitch count now at 37 pitches compared to what Gallardo's done out there. Gallardo's been walking the tight wire all 3 innings of 3 of the 4 innings that we've hit.
Yeah, Robbie Ray close to half as much. Well, Robbie coming off a very good month of June. He made 5 starts, just over 30 innings, and pitched to a 2.08 ERA. But despite those numbers, he won only once all last month. It was a run support issue. He's been that guy lately. No run support. 5 starts in June. The Diamondbacks scored a total of just 13 runs, and 7 of those runs came in 1 game.
It seems like every year there's always one guy on the staff never gets run support. I always say you got to take those hitters out for steak dinners. You start getting some runs behind you.
He strikes out Rougned Odor for the 2nd time tonight. 8 straight set down by Robbie Ray, and here comes Prince Fielder.
Nice job by Robbie Ray, just elevating a fastball 94 miles an hour. Just gets by him up and in quick. Odor trying to get the head out just a little bit tardy. This is the guy you got to be careful with right here.
Yeah, he handles left-hand pitching. 6 home runs versus lefties this year. And Prince voted in like A.J. Pollock by the players. He'll be the American League DH. And for now, the Rangers' only All-Star.
I'll tell you, Bert, that first pitch, it must have got on Prince Fielder a little bit quicker than what he thought. It was 91 miles an hour, but Robbie Ray must be throwing a sneaky fast fastball because he didn't get a good pass at that. It almost looked like he half swung, took one hand off the bat when he was swinging.
Shift is on for the Diamondbacks. This one is hit into the air, right center field. Yasmani Tomas calling for it. It's up in that wind. It's awfully breezy out there. 2 up, 2 down in the 4th.
It's a good feeling to get that guy passed in the batting order to get him out of there. I know Prince Fielder wish he had that pitch back. He just missed it.
Adrian Beltre flied out his first time up. Still battling that thumb injury, a sprained left thumb. Missed 19 games. Just got back in the lineup June 23rd.
You got to wonder with a power hitter like that. I never had a thumb injury or anything like that, but when it's your bottom hand,
it's got to be tough, right?
Yeah, and you got to, you're a guy with power potential up there every time you step in the batter's box, and you get that ringing in your hands.
Does it make a difference, bottom hand or top hand?
Well, the top hand you could almost let go. The bottom hand is the one that you try to keep on the bat. You could see he's just, most times hitters let go with their top hand. He's kind of keeping that on there. It doesn't look like he's taking a natural swing.
Looks like he took that brace off.
He did. He took that big pad off. Must have been bothering him up there. But you see the contraption he's got now. He's got one of the trainers must have made something that goes between his thumb and the bat.
0-2. Yeah, John Daniels is their GM, and he had acknowledged that they needed him back from the DL, and he returned sooner than expected. There's John Daniels. And they knew he was not going to be pain-free. It's going to hurt, but they felt it would be manageable, so here he is. 2-2.
Well, I think with him, you got to have a guy like him in the batting order as presence. Yeah. Just being in there, especially just standing behind Prince Fielder alone. hopefully that gets Fielder to get some better pitches to hit. And obviously it's worked because Fielder's been red hot at the plate.
Drives it out to right. Tomas backing up. Yasmani in front of the track has it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Robbie Ray, who has set down 10 straight. Here's what's next, brought to you by CenturyLink. You'll see one of the Diamondbacks All-Stars, A.J. Pollock, coming up. Life Park at Arlington, Texas. Steve Berthume, Luis Gonzalez, Jody Jackson with you. A patient approach so far for the Diamondbacks is working against Rangers ace Yovani Gallardo. The Diamondbacks have had 2 on in 3 of the first 4 innings so far, including bases loaded last inning. But so far, nothing across. They have 4 hits, all singles, and 4 walks against Gallardo. And it's 0-1 to Pollock to lead off the 5th. He's 0 for 2.
Yeah, we keep knocking on the door. We just haven't been able to kick it in so far.
They're making him work. It's a little dribbler foul right by Beltre at third. A.J. Pollock getting set for his first All-Star game. The 21st player in Diamondbacks history to be named to an All-Star roster, and the 6th outfielder, joining Chris Young, Justin Upton, Steve Finley, Devon White, and who was the other guy? Nothing, huh?
Nothing. I got nothing.
Luis Gonzalez, of course. 0-2 is foul actually. It was right there on the tip of my tongue.
I know it. It's going to be a lot of fun for those guys. I'm sure all the people in South Bend are very excited. Notre Dame.
In Connecticut too.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're coming from all over the world. They're coming in from London to watch AJ play the All-Star game. July 14th, only on Fox at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati.
There you go. First position player from Notre Dame.
Right back to Gallardo. It got him right in the belt buckle. Picks it up and throws him out. Check on the Rangers pitcher. AJ 0 for 3. Looks to be okay. Says, just pointed to the glove. It got me right in the glove. Let's see. Yeah, looks right in the heel of the glove, it looked like. You can see Brian O'Nora signaling fair ball.
Yeah, I think AJ thought he caught it. He looked down at the same time that the ball was falling out of his glove.
So 1 away in the 5th. There's David Peralta, who's 0 for 2. David has hit safely in 5 straight games, 8 of his last 9.
I'd like to see him try to come in on a fastball here and break that streak up.
.33 2/3 innings right now. Consecutive scoreless for Yovani Gallardo. 80 pitches, 43 strikes. Drive this one out to left. Josh Hamilton at the track, and it's off the glove. Peralta running hard into second. He's headed for third. Here comes David, and he is in there. Off the glove of the Rangers left fielder, and Peralta's at third with 1 out. Hamilton not moving all that well these days, coming off hamstring and groin injuries.
I think Josh thought he was going to have that easy, and the ball just carried on him a little bit. Peralta just hustling right out of the batter's box. You see him duck his head. He knows how important it is to get in scoring position. Once he sees that ball trickle away, he's going to try to go for third.
And he's in there. They scored a triple, the 4th triple this season for David Peralta. He's at third with 1 out for Goldie. The Rangers bring the infield in. Diamondbacks threatening to end Gallardo's scoreless streak right here.
I'd be shocked if Goldie gets anything that he can handle. I'm thinking they're going to start coming way in off the plate or stay away.
That one's inside for a strike. 1-1.
I'm surprised he even threw that one close enough.
Yovani Gallardo has not allowed a run since the 4th inning on June 10th in a game at Oakland. Two and 1. .29 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings to start the ball game tonight. Still scoreless here with 1 out in the 5th.
Goldie's just looking for something he can handle to get over that infield. Try to get it out there in the outfield to get that run in.
He's off that one upstairs, and it's 3 balls and a strike.
I'll be shocked here if there's anything close for him to hit right here.
He has walked and singled so far. Tomas is on deck. 7 3-ball count tonight for Yovani Gallardo. Already at 85 pitches through 4 1/3. He did not go, says Alan Porter down at first, and that's the 2nd walk tonight for Goldie and the 5th in the ball game issued by Yovani Gallardo.
You see Goldie on the 3-1 pitch. Nice job by holding up on that.
So it's 1st and 3rd with 1 out for Tomas. Mike Maddox to the mound.
Well, you knew he wasn't going to give in to Goldie. If he's going to give up the run, he's going to let Tomas or Lamb try to beat him.
Well, Diamondbacks have threatened in almost every inning of the ballgame. They've had some bad luck. Chris Owings bunts into a double play there. And then with the bases loaded in the 4th, Nick Ahmed lines to Odor, and Owings is hung up. And that was the end of the inning. This is the 4th time in 5 innings the Diamondbacks have had at least 2 base runners aboard in the inning. But so far, nothing to show for it for Chip Hale's play.
We keep saying he's been playing with fire every inning. So we can come up with a big hit here.
Well, it's Yasmani Tomas. Single in the 1st, grounded out to first base his last time up. 1 for 2. Peralta at 3rd, Goldie at 1st. Diamondbacks 2 for 8 with a runner on base tonight. And there's strike 1.
Well, they're going to keep a close eye on Goldie because they know that he'll take off running. He could take away that double play.
15 for 19 in his stolen base attempts this year. Just We've seen that a lot, Gonzo. Diamondback hitters, both right and left-handers, get tied up on something high and inside.
They almost seem like they think that ball's going to break, and it just kind of stays there at the same plane, doesn't do anything.
That was the same pitch that got Peralta earlier.
Sure was.
0-2 now.
It's almost like they think it's going to be a slider breaking, and it just stays like a cement mixer. The ball just spins and doesn't move.
That's effective. There goes Goldie. He takes off for second. Tomas strikes out, and Goldschmidt is in there. Fourth strikeout for Gallardo. And the 16th stolen base for Paul Goldschmidt.
This is exactly what they thought was going to happen here. Goldie taking off, staying away from the double play, but Tomas gets a pitch down and away and swings through it. That's usually the pitch that he drives into right field.
Another threat for the Diamondbacks. It's Jake Lamb who has struck out and walked. Second and third, 2 outs. Jake has gone to a full count, 3-2 in both his at-bats tonight against Gallardo. A patient approach up there, and he looks at strike one.
Let's see if we can get Jake to come up with a big 2-out hit here, try to drive in a couple runs.
It's a big ballpark, some big gaps out there. .90 pitches for Gallardo, 49 strikes. 1-1. As we mentioned, that patient approach. That's worked for just about every Diamondback hitter tonight, but nothing to show for it yet.
91 pitches, hasn't given up a run. He's only in the 5th.
Broken bat. This one has a chance to get down, and it does. Peralta scores. Here comes Goldie, and it's 2-0 Diamondbacks. And that ends the Gallardo scoreless inning streak. They finally break through.
A nice piece of hitting by Jake Lamb. You knew something like that was going to happen. A jam shot, anything, just to get it out in the outfield. He tried to set up inside, and Jake just kept his hands in. Got enough of it to loop it out into right center field. Just out of the reach of Odor. 2 outs. You see Goldie hustling around, going on contact.
Boy, Gallardo had a ball go off Josh Hamilton's glove out there. Now a broken bat, 2-out bloop for 2 runs. First run he's given up in 34 innings. And here's Wellington Castillo, who's 2 for 2.
And the big play too was Goldie taking second base, stealing a bag. Got him in scoring position, makes that second run even bigger in this ball game.
And Robbie Ray through 4 innings has yet to give up a base hit. He's retired 10 straight. Jake Lamb, big hit right there. It's the broken bat bloop. A look at the swing. This thing came to eat.
Yeah, you're going to see the explosion right here, right off the label.
Oh, that's a tough way to lose a streak like that. He had a ball go off the glove of his left fielder, a walk, and then a 2-out, 2-run bloop single. Here's the strike to Castillo.
The good thing about it, playing at this level, is that bat can be replaced. We call that going away, dying as a hero there. That bat got a base hit.
They got a Rangers Hall of Fame here. Maybe we can put the bat in there.
Diamondbacks will take any runs any way they can get them against this guy.
Nothing doing there. 1-1. Diamondbacks have 6 hits, none yet for the Rangers. Castillo gives one a ride to left field. Josh Hamilton at the track, at the wall. He runs that one down. And that's the end of the inning. But the Diamondbacks get 2. Jake Lamb, a little bleeder for 2 runs. And Yvonne Gallardo gives up a run for the first time since June 10th. It's 2-0 Diamondbacks. Back lefty Robbie Ray, 6th time this season a starting pitcher, has gone into the 5th inning without giving up a base hit, and Mitch Moreland will lead it off. Robbie Ray has retired the last 10 he's faced. He has 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. The shift is on for the Diamondbacks. They overload the right-hand side. Robbie has thrown strike 1 all night long. Moreland grounded out into the shift his first time up. This is a guy who's been a big run producer lately for the Rangers. 6 homers and 11 RBIs in his last 11 games. And he can handle himself, Mitch Moreland, against left-hand pitching. Hitting .260 versus lefties this year, including 2 home runs. Big cut at that one. Rays ahead with 1 and 2 strikes.
Doing a good job attacking the strike zone.
Here the platoon splits for Mitch Moreland. The Mississippi State Bulldog.
Does a pretty good job giving you a good at-bat up there at the plate.
One-two pitch. A roller out to the outfield. Owings is there. 1 away in the 5th. Mitch Moreland making no effort to hit away from that shift at all. He's hit into it both times. Here's Hamilton. And they'll keep the shift on with the back-to-back lefties. Hamilton grounded out his first time.
I keep having to look to see which guy is where out there in positioning when I'm writing my scorecard.
Yeah, you got to figure out a system. That's Jake Lamb out there playing where the second baseman normally would be, right in front of second base umpire Mark Ripperger. And you see Owings out there in the right field grass.
Now sometimes you'll see teams not even move their second baseman, leave him in his natural spot and move the third baseman out to right center field, so you only have really one guy playing out of position.
But the consensus is you have to have your best defender then on the left-hand side in this type of shift, right? Because you need the shortstop to cover all that ground. He's the only guy over there.
Absolutely.
Here's Nick Ahmed.
And Nick's one of those guys. He can cover ground. We've seen him go all the way down the left field line to catch fly balls out there, cover a lot of ground.
Did that earlier tonight up against the Tarpon Film. Hamilton just does get a piece of that one.
He chased a pitch up and out of the strike zone.
A 1 and 2 strikes. Into the shift one more time. It's Owings one more time from the outfield grass. 2 up, 2 down.
The shortstop,
Nice job. A little rollover action right to the short right center, right side of the midfield. What do you play? A right field, short right?
We'll settle for short right. And now with the right hand hitting Elvis Andrews up, they'll go back to a more traditional setting.
I think as a hitter, you ought to get credit to ground out to short right.
You want like a half a hit?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. Maybe you start adding them up at the end of the season.
The hitters have to adjust, and Andrews shoots it the other way. That's the first base hit for the Rangers. That ends a stretch of 12 straight set down by Robbie Ray.
Elvis just being aggressive, getting that first pitch fastball. Jump right on it, inside out swing. Shoots it out to right field in front of Tomas for the first hit of the ball game for the Rangers.
2-out base runner for Shin-Soo Choo, who flied out his first time. Robbie at 60 pitches right now, 38 strikes. Told you some of these guys are handling left-hand pitchers. Shin-Soo Choo is not one of them. And there are 5 lefties in Jeff Bannister's starting lineup tonight against Robbie Ray. Keep an eye on Andrews over there, who doesn't run nearly as much as he used to. Chu batting under $160 this year against left-hand pitching.
Well, I'm sure they'd like to see those numbers a little higher against lefties, especially when you got a guy that you think is going to play every single day out there.
Well, he's making $130 million.
Definitely not a guy you want to platoon.
A pop up along the left field line. Peralta's out there near foul ground, still drifting over there, and he's got it for the final out. We are through 5 at Globe Life Park. The Diamondbacks lead the Rangers 2-0.
Brought to you in part by your Valley Honda dealers, where you'll get more standard features for less money. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Mix One, great taste, no face, available at local retailers.
Back here in Arlington, first game of this final road trip before the All-Star break. I was asking the players and coaches a little bit about the uniqueness of 2 off days in 1 week, especially on the road. And for Chip Hale, his only concern was with a young team. Would they be ready to play? You know, he wants them to relax, but maybe not relax too much. But, you know, a lot of the guys, some of them have plans for a Broadway show on the off day in New York. But yesterday it seemed that a lot of guys just caught up on some sleep. I know a number of coaches and some of the front office went golfing. In fact, Chip Hale and Glenn Sherlock teamed up against Dave McKay and Tony La Russa, and I'm told that I'll send it up to you guys.
Saltalamacchia drives that one off the wall in right field. Played nicely by Chu, and he'll hold Salty, the DH, tonight, to a leadoff single. So, Jody, who won the golf game?
Yeah, so Chip basically said that Dave McKay was very impressive, and my understanding was you were down there too, Steve. They must have beaten Sherles and Chip, I imagine.
Yeah, he wasn't happy.
That's how it sounded, at least. So I didn't know, because Tom Candiotti, actually, I heard golfed, and he kind of told me he did really well on the front nine, but kind of faded on the back nine. I don't know if it was the heat or, you know, anything else going on, but I don't know. Gonzo, did you partake in that? Or?
I did not.
Okay.
I flew in yesterday afternoon. I didn't want to be any part of that group out there.
Yeah, I think Candy was bored. He was playing Leo Gilmartin.
Yeah, I didn't want to be any part of those shenanigans out there with those guys.
Good word for it. Chris Owings. Leo fouls the first pitch into the seats.
Yeah, these are always tough series to go into, these 2-game sets. The oddity is we did have an off day yesterday. Now this team is going to go through 2 off days in a short road trip right before the All-Star break, and you very rarely see that. Texas Rangers are getting 2 off days here at home. They had one here yesterday, and they're going to have another one on Thursday.
But for guys getting a chance to just catch their breath, but on the other hand, it does take you out of your routine. Right?
It does. You only have 2 days, like, you know, they're in today, and they really don't get to unpack, because tomorrow the bags have to be in the lobby ready to go to the next city, where we fly into New York and get in at the wee hours of the morning.
A lot of guys just hanging around the hotel yesterday. We got a beautiful pool facility where we're staying here in the Dallas area, and the guys were just hanging out, chilling, taking a break. Gallardo about to throw his 100th pitch of the ball game here. 0-2 to Owings. Diamondbacks have done a great job, Gonzo, of making this guy work tonight.
Yeah, they really have. He's up to 100 pitches now in the 6th inning. Those 20s look really good up there, especially against a guy who's been on his game.
Spencer Patton, the right-hander, has started warming up in the Rangers bullpen. 100 pitches, only 56 strikes for Gallardo. There's the Ranger bullpen.
Left-hander Freeman out there.
It's Sam Freeman, the lefty, and Spencer Patton, the righty. You mentioned you want to get into this Texas bullpen if you can. A 4.36 ERA, the second worst mark in all of baseball.
You take a little bit of the wind out of the sails, especially when they know their ace is on the mound and you scored 2 runs against them, and a team that's been struggling offensively. Now they know they have an uphill battle to try to get back to the Diamondbacks and Robbie Ray, who's really been on his game tonight.
And Gallardo has had traffic around him on the bases all night long, including this one. Salty, the leadoff single. Owens double play ball here. Andrews, Odor. Odor can't handle it. And they do get the out at second, says Mark Rippiger down there. The force on Saltalamacchia, but they'll only get 1.
See the ground ball to the shortstop, and Odor can't make the turn here.
It's Rougned Odor down there.
He just tried to be a little bit quick on his exchange.
You think he saw the big guy coming at him?
I think so, and he knew Salty was coming in there to get him.
Got a little case of the dropsies. Diamondbacks have done a great job. We saw that all throughout the Rockies series. Going in hard, Gonzo, at second base.
Goldie, we saw him do that earlier in a series, the last series at home, I believe.
Yeah.
Took somebody out. And I tell you what, that lack of double play does, it makes Gallardo throw extra pitches.
He's already over 100 here. So with Owens at first and 1 out, it'll be Nick Ahmed, who's 0 for 2. See
if Ahmed could be aggressive here and jump on him.
Coming off a 3-hit game Sunday against the Rockies. And Nick, you know, we've watched him progress here. His last 16 games, he's hit nearly .330. 3 homers over that span.
I think he's a better hitter when he's aggressive early in the count, gets that fastball and jumps on it instead of taking that first pitch. He's got to remember he doesn't have the pitcher hitting behind him.
Gets that one up in the air. Left center field. Hamilton coming in. The Shields will take it. That's the second out.
You got to be a little more selective there. You got a breaking ball for the first pitch. You got to look for that heater. You get it, you jump all over it.
This brings up the All-Star A.J. Pollock. A.J. so far tonight 0 for 3. He has twice flied out. Grounded back to the pitchers last time. AJ said yesterday that he had run into a couple of players along the way the last couple of weeks or so, and many of them went out of their way, he said, to tell him that they voted for him for the All-Star game. And he said that was really great to hear. Voted in by the players meant a great deal to him.
That is. That just goes to show you that he's a great player. He goes out there and plays hard, that the players are really taking notice of him.
Yeah, he's had guys come up and say, hey, I'm really pulling for you. I voted for you. Hope you make it. And sure enough, he did.
You think about his season last year. He was having a great first half until he suffered that injury.
Suffered that broken right hand May 31st, hit by a Johnny Cueto fastball. He had been National League Player of the Week twice that month of May.
He wasn't not only having an all-star season, he was having an MVP type start.
Yeah, sure was. Here goes Owings. The throw from Chirinos is high, and CO is in there. Stolen base number 10 for Chris Owings.
That stolen base is almost like we caught them on sleeping out there on defense. He kind of snuck up on him. See Chirinos there. He's got a pretty good jump. He got a.
Didn't look like he got a great grip on the baseball coming out of the glove.
He's up in the air high.
So Chris Owings in scoring position. 2 outs and a 1-1 count on A.J. Pollock. Base hit for A.J. They're going to wave CO. Here's the throw from Hamilton, and it is not in time. A.J. is in at second. They throw it into center field. And Pollock gets third. It's 3-0 Diamondbacks. Beltre let the throw from Hamilton go through. Chirino saw Pollock streaking for second, trying to get the out there. He threw it into center field. And that's going to be it for Yovani Gallardo. That's nice. A single and an RBI, Gonzo. Sorry about that. E2, the error on Chirinos.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting by Owens. And you got to, or Pollock, excuse me, you got to give Owens a lot of credit for stealing that base to pitch before to get in the scoring position. D-backs playing some aggressive baseball out there, trying to take the extra base and putting runners in motion.
Gallardo leads down 3-0. The Diamondbacks have the lead in Texas. Back after this. Wars night at Chase Field. The D-backs and the Giants. It's a 5-10 start. First 20,000 fans get this A.J. Pollock Star Wars bobblehead, courtesy of Cox Communications. Get your tickets right now at dbacks.com. A.J.'s in there at third. Now 3-0 Diamondbacks. David Peralta is the hitter. And the new pitcher for the Rangers on in relief of Yovani Gallardo is the lefty Sam Freeman. Gallardo, who had not given up a run since June 10th, has given up 3. He's responsible for Pollock at third. And the defense, Gonzo, did not do Gallardo any favors tonight.
No, they really didn't. And the key to that inning was not being able to turn that double play. Kept Owings at first base, and he stole second. Then the base hit got him in.
Peralta tripled and scored his last time up. He's 1 for 3. Hit a ball deep to left field that went off the glove of Hamilton. It was scored a triple. The numbers on Sam Freeman this year. His 24th appearance, a 4.24 ERA. Right back to the mound, and this will end the inning for the Rangers. But the Diamondbacks get one more. Bottom 6 coming up. They lead it 3-0.
Classic. Home field advantage for the World Series is on the line. Coverage of the 2015 MLB All-Star Game begins July 14th at 4 o'clock on Fox and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Let's see Paul Goldschmidt, A.J. Pollock, Prince Fielder. All three players in the starting lineup tonight. Robbie Ray with a 3-0 lead now. And the Rangers' number 9 hitter, the catcher Robinson Chirinos, leads off the 6th. Ray so far has given up just 1 hit, a walk and 2 strikeouts.
I was looking at that promo. It's pretty nice to see a Diamondback guy in the. Look at some of those players on there. About time Paul Goldschmidt starting to get some recognition.
And the organization as well. People are starting to notice. Hey, you know, Diamondbacks are only 4 or 5 out of a wild card right now. And no one in that National League West is, by any stretch, Gonzo, running away with things like we've seen in the past. The Giants just can't buy a break right now. They're on a long losing streak. And the Dodgers playing about 500 ball, keeping close.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens here at the trade deadline. You know, LA's got that open checkbook, so you never know what's going to happen with them. San Francisco always seems to be lingering around. There we are sitting 6 games back. San Diego really hasn't gotten on track, and then Colorado, you know, been struggling all season long just to get on a winning streak. And we really haven't put off a good winning streak, and we're right in the thick of things here. Although we're 6 back, we need to get a good run here. Put us right back in the mix.
The offense has been rolling as of late. During that 7-game homestand at Chase Field, the Diamondbacks averaged nearly 6 runs a game. And trying to continue that this week on the road. 2 in Texas, 3 against the Mets, and then the All-Star break. D-backs over their last 7 games have had at least 10 hits in every game. And they've got 8 hits tonight. 2-2 to Robinson Chirinos. That's upstairs and it's full. By the way, the Diamondback record for consecutive games with 10 or more hits is 10. Set in September of 1999. If we get a couple of more hits tonight, that'll be 8 straight games with at least 10 hits.
I'll tell you, the hitters sleep good, and so does the hitting coaches.
You betcha. There's the strikeout of Chirinos, the 3rd for Robbie Ray, 1 out in the 6th. Geico presents On This Day in MLB History. This is BB's favorite segment. Shea Hillenbrand, July 7, 2003, the 6th player in baseball history to hit home runs in 3 consecutive innings. Diamondbacks beat up on the Rockies 14-6.
You know, I was out there on that field, 14-6. I might have been the guy making the outs in those innings. Well, there's always that one guy we talk about. I could have been me. I don't know.
Everybody does their part.
I might have to look back to see what I ended up doing in that game.
Delino DeShields, this is in the seats. Robbie Ray now at 70 pitches, 45 strikes. DeShields 0 for 2.
The thing that Robbie Ray continues to do well is just throwing strikes, pumping them in there early in the count.
And he has been ahead 0-1 all night long. 15 of 19 first pitch strikes for Robbie Ray. Goldie sneaking in on the grass at first. That's in the seats as well. Robbie's ahead 0-2. Want to keep DeShields off the bases. He can absolutely fly just like his dad. Little jam shot flare out to right. Tomas has it. 2 down.
Seems like Tomas and Pollock been getting a lot of work out there. We forgot about Peralta. He's only had a couple balls hit to him.
And a fly ball outs for Robbie Ray. 2 down for Ridmet Odor, who has struck out twice, 0 for 2. And Odor, who's got the strikeouts, has had one of the hot bats in this lineup as of late. Last 9 games, he's hit about .390. And he takes a strike, another strike, 1 from Robbie. Oh, and 2.
He's had 2 strikeouts already today, and you're sitting 0-2. That's not a confident feeling you got in the batter's box. I've been there many a times. That's where you spread out as far as you can and just try to throw your hands out there and hope that something falls in.
Odor broke camp with the Rangers, barely hit all of April, barely played in May. He was down to 144 during the first week of May when he was sent to AAA. At Round Rock, he was tremendous. 30 games there, hit .352. And since he's been back up with the Rangers in the middle of June, he's done very well. Called strike 3. 4th strikeout for Robbie Ray. Scoreless baseball through 6. Diamondbacks lead the Rangers 3-0.
By Oregano's Pizza Bistro, your neighborhood pizza joint. We are athletic supporters. And by Card Power from Arizona Federal Credit Union. Now that's the power of us.
Hey fans, follow the Diamondbacks wherever you are with MLB.com at Bat. It's the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is up to the moment, at any moment, with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcast, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at Bat for your smartphone or tablets. 7th inning here at Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. Steve Berthiaume, Luis Gonzalez, and Jody Jackson with you. New pitcher for the Rangers is the right-hander, Keone Kela, who's had a bit of a rough go as of late, a 3.18 ERA. But he's given up runs in 5 of his last 12 appearances and has taken a loss in 4 of those 5 games. Goldie leads off the 7th. He has walked twice, singled, and scored a run.
Kella's got a fastball, jumps in there at 95 to 97 miles an hour, so he can get it up there in a hurry when he wants to.
Diamondbacks have out-hit the Rangers 8-1. They lead at 3-0. Robbie Ray has been spectacular. Took something off there, and he's ahead of Goldie 0-2.
He's got a good curveball and a changeup. His curveball's a hard downward break. I think that's what makes it tough. Nice fight off pitch there by Goldie, but when you don't see these pitchers a lot and you come into town to play these guys a 2-game set for a short series, although we did play them back home, you know, you don't really pay that much attention to teams that you don't play a lot as you would against a team like the Dodgers or Giants like we do in the National League West. So you try to get a quick tutorial on some of these guys early in the afternoon before the game.
Diamondbacks and Rangers split 2 games at Chase Field back in April. D-backs lost 7-1 and won 8-5. They play here tonight and tomorrow night. Off day Thursday, then 3 at the Mets over the weekend. 1-2 to Goldie. The bouncer in the hole. Andrews has it at shortstop. Goldie headed to the All-Star game along with A.J. Pollock. Most All-Star appearances in Diamondbacks history. 5 times. You and R.J.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Goldie's going to have that record here shortly in the next 3 years, I would say. Continues on the pace he's been on. Sure, I'm not surprising anybody with that.
Yasmani Tomas, maybe at the end of the year, you're in the Rookie of the Year discussion for this guy. He singled in the first. He's 1 for 3.
He's quietly, you know, there hasn't been a lot of hype about him yet. He's quietly having a good season there. 315 there. You see 35 RBIs.
You're right about that. The interweb got all over him when he was playing third base in spring training, but ever since it's been kind of quiet, and he has quieted the critics. Not just with the bat either. He's done a very good job out there in right field.
He has. He's made some great. I think he's surprised all of us to how much ground he covers out there. You look at his size, you don't think he can move around, but he's getting a little bit more comfortable out there day in and day out from playing out there every single day.
More athletic than you think he will be, that's for sure. Drives that one over the head of Andrews and into left field. A base hit for Tomas. He's 2 for 4. This was Yasmani Tomas back at Chase Field over the weekend. Defensively, the pirouette.
It's a nice play for him. You know, in all his spring training, he really didn't get an opportunity to play outfield. We had him just about every single day playing at third base just to try to rush him to see how he would do at third, and then all of a sudden got him playing right field. You never know.
Here's Jake Lamb. He had the big hit in the ball game so far. 2-out, 2-run broken bat single that ended Yovani Gallardo's scoreless inning streak. Diamondbacks tacked on one more with an A.J. Pollock RBI hit in the 6th.
You see Jake Lamb slowly climbing up to the 300 mark there at 291.
He has struck out, walked, and singled.
I'll tell you, if you're a Diamondbacks fan, you look at this core group of young guys that are on this ball club right now. If we can keep this group together for 4 or 5 years, it's going to be a pretty good ball club here.
And you got more coming up. Brandon Drury at Reno right now doing well. Dansby Swanson, get him in the fold. Base hit for Lamb. He knocks it in front of Chu in right field. A pair of one-out singles for the Diamondbacks. Jake Lamb aboard for the 3rd time tonight.
You see a nice fastball down. Jake Lamb goes down to get it, hooks it into right field. I tell you, if Jake Lamb and Tomas can continue to do what they're doing here these last couple of games, what it does is stretches that lineup out and makes it a lot more potent.
Well, here's another guy that's doing this, Gonzo. It's Wellington Castillo. A pair of singles. He's 2 for 3.
You start focusing in on guys like Goldie and Pollock, and then these guys quietly do their damage. Next thing you know, you're winning some ball games.
That's 10 hits now for the Diamondbacks. They have had at least 10 hits in 8 straight games. The team record is 10. Diamondbacks tonight 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Castillo behind 0-1. Well, the Diamondbacks bats not slowing up after that homestand. Can't hold up there, and it's 0-2.
Here you see a nice breaking ball down and away. I think he wanted to hold his swing up there. He get to that point, you're about halfway. You try to recognize it out of the pitcher's hand, and you go, uh-oh, I'm a little bit too far there. Can't hold up.
0-2.
Castillo 2 for 3 on the day. He's got 2 hits to center, and really the hardest ball he hit all night was to left field, and that one went for an out.
Hamilton caught it just in front of the wall out there in left center. 1-2 pitch. That's the strikeout. 2 down in the 7th.
I tell you, he really didn't recognize these breaking balls because he had 2 awful swings there. That one wasn't even close. He just looked like he was guessing, almost hoping to get a fastball there, and didn't get it.
Well, we haven't seen a lot of that from Wellington. We've seen him sit on those breaking balls that hang and just crush them. Didn't look like he saw the ball all that well in that at bat. So 2 on, 2 outs for Salty. He has walked and singled, 1 for 2. The DH tonight, the former Ranger back in Arlington.
Well, he'd like to get a big hit right here to try to tack on another run. Well, that breaking ball seems to be his bread and butter pitch for him right now.
Working tonight. Salty coming off a 2-hit night Saturday in the win over the Rockies. He's hit safely now in 6 of his last 7 games. He's also drawn 5 walks over that span. So a patient approach up there starting to pay off. That's in there for a strike. 1-2.
Yeah, that's the one you wanted right there. That little hanger just above the belt. I think it locked him up. He took it for a strike. Salty last at bat had one of the longest singles I've ever seen in this ballpark off the right center field wall.
Here go the runners. Chirinos throws to third. Tomas is in there. Double steal for the Diamondbacks. That's the 5th steal of the year for Yasmani Tomas and the 3rd for Jake Lamb.
I'll tell you, he read the breaking ball there. I'm not so sure if I'm hitting at the plate that I want my runners doing that in front of me with 2 strikes. If you get a ball and they're going, if that was a strike and I'm swinging, I'm looking at those 2 guys running.
2-2. Got him. Diamondbacks get 2 on, but they strand 2. Stretch time in Texas. They lead the Rangers 3-0. So far, working on a 1-hit shutout. He at one point in the ball game retired 12 consecutive Rangers. before giving up his first base hit, a 2-out single by Elvis Andrus in the 5th. Jake Lamb, the big hit for the Diamondbacks, a broken bat bleeder with 2 on and 2 outs, made it 2-0. The first runs given up by Yovani Gallardo since June 10th. And it's now 3-0 D-backs as Prince Fielder leads it off in the Rangers 7th. Gonzo, what's Robbie Ray been doing so well for you tonight?
Just getting aggressive, getting ahead of these hitters. They've been struggling offensively. He just goes right at them. And if there's a guy you want leading off the inning, let it be Prince Fielder now to lead off without runners in scoring position or guys out there on the plate. And more importantly, 70-plus pitches going into the bottom of the 7th. He's done a fantastic job.
Extremely efficient. Prince has walked and flied out 0 for 1. There's a strike. Another strike one from Robbie Ray. And that has been a recurring theme. (17 of 21 first pitch strikes from Robbie Ray. The shift is on against Fielder. Hard to do much better than that. Get ahead in the count. Prince, like he broke his bat that time. Goldie will take it himself. 1 away. Prince 0 for 2.
Boy, that's a couple times that I've seen him today. Robbie Ray, we talked about it earlier in the game. He made him look awful on an inside pitch, almost swung with one hand. Then he came back in again with a heater inside. He just can't get around on him.
Absolute jam shot that time. About to throw pitch number 80 on the evening. Adrian Beltre.
See Nick Ahmed giving Robbie Ray a little breather there because Robbie running over to first base.
Beltre is 0 for 2. He has twice flied out. Robbie has given up just 1 hit. The Andrus single in the 5th. He has walked 1 and struck out 4. Fly ball to center, right to A.J. Pollock. Quickly 2 down. Let's take a look at our Chevron upcoming pitching matchup. Finale of this 2-game set tomorrow night for you on Fox Sports Arizona. Diamondback Live pregame show at 4:30 back home in the Valley. Jeremy Hellickson for the Diamondbacks has been so good lately. And Matt Harrison making his season debut. The Rangers have a lot of injured pitchers, and Harrison just making his way back.
We're going to throw him out there. Be a good matchup there for Hellickson. Hopefully he can make his last start here before the All-Star break. Make it a good one.
80 pitches, 54 strikes for Ray. Here's Mitch Moreland. He hits away from the shift and by a diving Ahmed. A 2-out single, just the second hit for the Rangers. Well, Moreland, his first 2 at-bats, grounds it out right into the shift. You can see it on the right-hand side there. He just goes the other way.
Well, I think more importantly, what you've seen here, the last 2 hitters a little more aggressive, swinging at the first pitch. I think they're starting to realize he's going right after them first pitch of the at-bat. Let's see if Josh Hamilton takes a swipe at this first one here he sees.
And they'll leave the shift in place for the back-to-back lefties. Both Texas hits tonight on the first pitch. Andrus in the 5th, now Moreland in the 7th. And Hamilton up there hacking at the first one, 0-1.
I think you're going to see that the last couple innings here. These guys know that Robbie's trying to get that first pitch strike, that 92 mile an hour. I'm telling you, I think that ball's getting on him a little bit quicker than what they're anticipating at 92.
If they get more aggressive with him on the first pitch, does Robbie Ray then, Gonzo, have to adjust his game?
He'll have to make an adjustment. That's up to him and Castillo to start talking about that in the dugout. I'm sure the pitching coach, Harkey, will see that the last couple times. But, you know, I'm looking at some of these guys taking some swings, especially the left-handed hitters off of Robbie Ray, and he's got what we call a sneaky fast fastball.
A roller the other way. Ahmed gets the force. Moreland is forced at second, and Robbie Ray working on a 2-hit shutout through 7. Nick Ahmed, the Diamondbacks shortstop, makes it an 8-pitch 7th inning for Robbie Ray. He's got a 3-0 lead. They have the boomstick hot dog. It goes in that thing, which is about 4 feet long. That's $25. How about that?
Wow. Let's hope the boomsticks stay up in the concessions and not in their bats down there in the Rangers dugout. Those things are huge.
That thing just bathing in onions. How about that?
See if we can get one of those tomorrow for Leo Gilmartin. See if he can put one of those away.
They'll have that done by the 3rd inning. Tomorrow, it's a new best of episode, the 10th inning. We look back at players who've been enshrined into the Legends race, featuring Gonzo's beginnings, Mark Grace's return, Matt Williams' Digby Room, and Randy Johnson's perfect getaway. It's the 10th inning Legends race, presented by CenturyLink, tomorrow at 10:30 only on Fox Sports Arizona. New pitcher for the Rangers as we start the 8th. It's the right-hander Spencer Patton, and look at that ERA. It's well earned, 11.05. Gave up a career-high 6 runs Saturday against the Angels, and Chris Owings leads it off. How's this for a tough inning, Gonzo? In that appearance Saturday against Anaheim, Spencer Patton became just the 2nd Ranger reliever ever with at least 1 walk, 1 hit batter, 1 wild pitch, and 1 home run in less than 1 inning. A little flare out to right is run down by Chu. That's a tough day. This is Saturday against the Angels. 6 earned in 2/3 of an inning. Ouch, babe.
I think if you're the pitching coach, you could tell him it's only going to get better, son.
Nowhere to go but up. The other Ranger to do that, by the way, this is not company you want to be in. Todd Van Poppel.
Former number 1 pick, wasn't he, with the Oakland A's before he came over to Texas, right?
Yeah, that didn't work out. Nick Ahmed 0 for 3. So Patton out here trying to redeem himself. I told you that Ranger bullpen has been very dicey this year.
So I'd like to see Nick scratch out a hit right here.
They have started the Diamondback cell phone light parade here at Globe Life Park. Diamondback Live postgame show follows our ball game. Reaction from the clubhouse.
Is there some type of t-shirt giveaway today? Or
tomorrow I can tell you it's $1 hot dog night. I don't know about tonight. 0-2 to Ahmed. Yeah, they have red, white, and blue t-shirts, we're told. Did you get one?
I did not.
Yeah. There you go. That's a good look.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that's going to be a good look on me, so I'm going to go ahead and pass on that.
Oh, you can pull that off. Come on. We'll give you the shirt, and you can eat one of those giant hot dogs.
That's it. I'd like to see Leo in that shirt eating a hot dog.
He'd look like Magnum PI in that thing. Ahmed blasts one foul down the left field line.
Ahmed got a hanging breaking ball up there in the strike zone. See this Diamondbacks team starting to play with a little bit of confidence now, especially when they score early in the game.
Three runs on 10 hits for the Diamondbacks. No runs on 2 hits for the Rangers. Robbie Ray has been sensational tonight. And working on a 2-hit shutout.
Guys tonight are putting some good at-bats, some long at-bats, taking some good pitches. Laughing at Beltray at third base. He's always having fun out there. That ball was down the line. He took his glove off like he was going to throw it at it to stop it like a kid would do in Little League.
There's that thumb. Got to go in the glove. That's got to be tough too. Anything hit hard into that glove has got to hurt that thumb. Ahmed shoots it the other way, and there's the base hit into right field. 11th hit for the Diamondbacks.
He finally got that line drive past Odor. He's the one that hit it earlier in the ball game for the double play. Nice piece of hitting by Nick Ahmed here. He stays inside the baseball, almost gets jammed a little bit, but shoots it out to right field. Inside out swing, 2-strike approach. Nice job by Nick.
And Ranger bullpen still busy. Detweiler and Sheppers. Ross Detweiler, the former Washington National. So Chris Owings now the only Diamondback starting position player without a base hit tonight. CO has walked, stolen a base, and scored a run. A.J. Pollock, an RBI single his last time up.
There's always got to be one guy to make the outs in the game, and apparently today he's that guy.
Hey fans, don't forget, tweet us your strongest fan photo. Use the hashtag AZDataStrong and you just might see your picture in one of our Diamondbacks TV broadcasts brought to you by T-Mobile. Those pictures will start showing up pretty soon, right after the All-Star break. AJ will be an All-Star along with Paul Goldschmidt, actually for the second time in their careers. It was 4 years ago about this time. They were both playing in the Southern League All-Star game in Double-A. AJ in that game had 2 hits, scored twice, stole a base. Goldie homered. And 4 years later, here they are, both headed to Cincinnati.
It'd be nice to see both those guys do that at the All-Star game for us.
That'd be great, huh? Patrick Corbin also pitched in that game, by the way. This was the roster back in the Southern League All-Star game 4 years ago. Uber De La Rosa was named to the team, but he had been brought up by the Dodgers before they played the game. Randall Delgado in the Braves system also appeared in that game. And Goldie's homer scored Pollock. Big cut at that one. AJ's down 1-2.
Breaking ball away. That's a pretty good core of guys there. You got 5 guys that were in the Southern League All-Star and they're on your big league roster right now.
That's how you do it, right? Reminds you to keep an eye on what's going on in the Diamondbacks minor league system now at Reno and Mobile, Visalia. Kane County's had a great team this year. One-two pitch.
You could see the adjustment Pollock made from the pitch before. He got a fastball away this time. He just fouled it off to the right side. Not trying to pull that pitch. Just trying to shoot it to right field. Stay on it. These guys are slowly starting to get good approaches at home plate. It's something they talked about a lot in spring training. Trying to get better 2-strike approaches.
Yeah, they really worked the count against Giovanni Gallardo, who walked 5 tonight. Diamondbacks have 11 hits, but they've stranded 10. Another 1-2 pitch. And he strikes out AJ. Go down to first. Ahmed is back in time. 2 down now for Peralta.
We've seen a lot of strikeouts today from our D-backs swinging at breaking balls down in the dirt.
You think it has anything to do with the ballpark or the lighting? Here comes Jeff Bannister to make a change. He's had a lefty warming up with the bullpen. Peralta coming up. And we'll see Ross Detweiler here. Diamondbacks in the 8th inning lead at 3-0. Back after this. It's Saturday, July 18th from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. at the Cox Solutions Store at Tempe Marketplace, where the first 200 guests in line get their own A.J. Pollock autograph. Hey, now he's an all-star. Meet A.J. Pollock July 18th at the Cox Solutions Store at Tempe Marketplace. And then later that day, Star Wars Night, A.J. Pollock bobblehead. It's all about A.J. these days. On for the Rangers to face the left-hand hitting David Peralta. The lefty Ross Detweiler, a 7.12 ERA, his 17th appearance. Former Washington National. Peralta up there with 2 outs and Ahmed at first. He tripled and scored in the 5th. He's 1 for 4. So David has hit safely in 6 straight in 9 of his last 10 games.
We'll see more times than not when a reliever comes in to face a lefty first guy. 75% of the time, I think you get a breaking ball. See if he gets one here right out of the gates.
Yeah, what's the key for Peralta here, lefty on lefty?
I think for him to stay, keep his front shoulder in, try to shoot that ball to left center field. We got a heater.
That's what we see Ender and Ciarte do all the time. Yeah. Just knock it the other way. Got one up. That one hit him. Detweiler hits Peralta, so 2 on, 2 out for Goldie.
That's not what you wanted to do. Come in to face your one left-hander, and you're going to hit him to face Goldschmidt now.
And here comes Jeff Bannister one more time. He's going to wear out that bullpen, which I'm sure has worn him out all year long. He needs the right-hander. So we'll see Sheppers coming in to face Goldschmidt. 2 on, 2 out in the 8th inning. We'll take another break. Back after this. Made with 2% real lime juice, a little bit of lime and a whole lot of flavor. Pick up yours today. Pepsi Limon, now available at your local retailer. Use one of those right now. It's hot here. Yeah. Getting warmer for that Ranger bullpen. Here's the right-hander Tanner Sheppers, a 4.21 ERA, his 27th appearance. He'll work to Paul Goldschmidt with 2 on and 2 out here in the 8th. Goldie has walked twice, singled, and scored a run. Nick Ahmed is the runner at second. David Peralta at first. There's ball 1.
Well, the good thing for Goldie here, there's no open base out there for him. They're going to come right at him. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. He's going to be looking for something to drive in the gaps here.
That's in the seats and out of play. It's a pretty good sized ballpark here. It's actually the second biggest ballpark in the American League behind Yankee Stadium. Got all those offices out there in center field. That top level is the Rangers front office people. And they actually lease out the floors below them, the second and third floors. You could have your own insurance company over there, consulting firm, whatever you want, have your office right here.
Somebody didn't pay the bills up there because they dropped the 400 and 300 banners in front of those 2 offices out there.
Right.
Hate to be the office behind that. You lost your view.
Yeah, Beltre just hit his 400. Prince is 300. They were given the framed pictures before the ball game tonight. That's in there for a strike, 2-2.
You'd like to show up to your office the next day and you can't see the field anymore.
Oh, flare along the right field line. Shoe won't get there. It drops in. Ahmed scores. They're going to wait up. They're going to stop Peralta at third. An RBI single for Goldie, and it's 4-0 Diamondbacks. Andy Green started waving Peralta in, then stopped him at third base. Another 2-out hit for the D-backs.
Nice piece of hitting by Goldie. Just kind of stays inside of it, shoots it inside out down that right field line. When you're a power hitter like Goldie, you have the respect of the outfielders. They're going to play you a lot deeper out there, and you get hits like that that are able to drop in because the outfielders are playing so deep and in the gaps.
So a run in, 4-0 now. And Goldie has tied the Rockies' Nolan Arenado for the Major League RBI lead. First and third, 2 down for Tomas, who's 2 for 4. A 12th hit for the Diamondbacks. Strike one.
The thing that benefits Goldie when he comes up to the plate, that there's no open base out there. The only open base was third. They had runners in front in first and second, so they had to kind of go after him with 2 outs. This piece of 2-out hitting by Paul Goldschmidt.
He does have a stolen base tonight, his 16th of the year. They lost down 0-2. Diamondbacks are turning on the Jets offensively. In the meantime, Robbie Ray working on a 2-hit shutout. It's a sky high fly ball, short right, Shoe coming in, Odor going out. It'll be the right fielder. And that's the inning. But the Diamondbacks tack on one more. Bottom 8 coming up. They lead it 4-0. working on a 2-hit shutout. He is our Arizona Federal Credit Union Power Player of the game. So far, 7 innings, only 2 hits, a walk and 4 strikeouts. It'll be Andrews, Chu, and Chirino, 7, 8, 9 in the Texas 8th. Andrews got the first base hit of the game, a 2-out single in the 5th, and he's bidding for another one here, but there's Tomas, and it's off the glove. It gets behind him, and Andrews is on the run. It rolls all the way to the wall, and he's going to get in there at third.
Well, you could see right off the bat that ball was going to be right in the lights for their outfielder Tomas out right. As soon as you see him start ducking down, here he starts going into a slow dive, and then that's a bad feeling right there for a right fielder, for any outfielder. Once that ball gets in that light, into the lights, you try to guess where it's going to be.
That is E9, a 3-base error on the right fielder Yasmani Tomas, who appeared to lose that one. A line drive in the lights, and Andrews is at third with nobody out. Here comes Mike Harkey. Robbie Ray has never thrown a major league shutout or a complete game. He does have 4 complete games in the minor leagues. He threw 1 shutout. That was at the AA level in 2013, pitching for Harrisburg in the national system. Daniel Hudson is warming up with the Diamondback bullpen.
I think for Robbie Ray to stay in his rhythm, just don't worry about that runner at third and just continue to go right after the batters. You're starting to see these guys first ball hacking a little bit. That might have been Harkey telling him to mix it up.
85 pitches for Robbie, 58 strikes. Shin-Soo Choo is 0 for 2. He is twice flied out. The first time all night the Rangers have had a runner in scoring position. They have just 2 hits. Fly ball center field. It backs up Pollock. Andrews will come on in, and the Rangers are on the board. It's 4-1.
You knew with a man on third, nobody out, you're almost going to trade the out for a run there. Robbie Ray, good job of just going right after the hitter and getting the fly ball out.
Brings up the catcher, Robinson Chirinos. Chip Hale on the phone. Daniel Hudson continues to throw. Chirinos 0 for 2. He struck out his last time up. He is 4 for his last 29 at the plate, but 2 of those 4 hits are home runs. Sky high pop up, first base side. Castillo and Goldschmidt. Wellington Castillo takes a tumble but hangs on for the second out.
You see Castillo trying to get a read where the ball's at.
Brings up the leadoff man, Delino DeShields.
Having a little fun with Paul Goldschmidt there after making that play.
And Goldie will creep in from first. A couple of steps in on the grass. DeShields with very good speed up there. Lamb in at third. Base hit. Knocks it into left. Peralta over to cut it off. DeShields with that speed will go ahead and try and stretch it into 2. He's in there with a double. 10th double for Delino DeShields. And just the 3rd hit tonight for the Rangers.
And all 3 hits on first pitches. You see DeShields not wasting any time. Gets that fastball. Shoots it out into left field. Hustling right out of the box.
He can really fly.
Well, down 4-1, you're not going to get an average base runner to do that. Obviously, DeShields is one of those guys. that can run, so he can take that chance.
Rougned Odor has struck out all 3 times he's been up there, and he shoots that one into center, a base hit. They'll wave to Shields, and it's 4-2. Another Ranger hitter jumping on the first offering from Robbie Ray.
That's 4 hits now, and you've seen them all on first pitch. Robbie Ray, although he was being aggressive going first pitch fastballs, you got to mix it up, especially later on in the game. These guys, they're getting their 3rd and 4th time around in the order to see him.
Chip Hale's going to make the move. He's got Prince Fielder coming up as the tying run at home plate with 2 outs in the 8th. Robbie Ray was tremendous tonight. Retired 12 straight at one point. Didn't give up a hit until 2 outs in the 5th. The exits leading 4-2 back after this. Who was working on a shutout coming into this inning. We'll watch now. He's responsible for Rougned Odor at first base. 2 down. Prince Fielder, the tying run at the plate. And Oliver Perez is on for the Diamondbacks, his 36th appearance of the year. Keep in mind, Prince Fielder handles left-hand pitching. He's homered 6 times against lefties this year, including a home run here Sunday against the Angels' C.J. Wilson. Prince tonight walked in the 1st, flied out in the 4th, grounded out in the 7th. He's 0 for 2. Leading the American League in hits. There's a strike, 0-1.
You see the numbers on Prince Fielder, 2 for 15, 4 strikeouts. Does have 1 home run, though, against Oliver Perez.
Prince has hit safely in 4 straight games, 13 of his last 14. And during that stretch, he's batting just under .390. Hitless so far tonight. A roller into the shift. Lamb is there. Spins and throws from the outfield grass, and Oliver Perez puts out the fire. But the Rangers get 2. We go to the 9th. It's 4-2 Diamondbacks. That was the Cox Gig Life high-speed highlights, 9th inning at Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. The Diamondbacks lead the Rangers 4-2, and Jeff Bannister, the Texas skipper, rolls his 7th pitcher of the ball game out there. It's the right-hander Sean Tollison. Jake Lamb, Wellington Castillo, and Jared Saltalamacchia 5, 6, and 7 in the Diamondback 9th. Lamb has been aboard 3 times tonight, a walk, a pair of singles. He's got 2 RBIs. He's stolen a base. And it was Jake's little broken bat 2-out 2-run bloop in the 5th that opened the scoring against Giovanni Gallardo, who tonight gave up runs for the first time since June 10th.
Well, really, that was the at-bat of the game, really, because he fought the pitch off, pitch up and in. Broke that scoreless streak.
Jake knocks the 2-1 into right. 3 hits tonight for Jake Lamb. He's been on base 4 times. A leadoff single. Chaz Roberts, air conditioning, cool play of the game. This one by Jake Lamb opened up the scoring. He'll take it. Sawed off.
Nice job of hitting right there. You see the barrel part of the back go flying off. That's a big hit for the Diamondbacks. A well-needed hit, because we had some innings there early in the ball game. We just couldn't get that big hit across.
The Diamondbacks now have 13 hits. They have stranded 12 base runners. Wellington Castillo 2 for 4, a pair of singles. Brad Ziegler is warming up in the Diamondback bullpen. Robbie Ray tonight outstanding. 2 runs on 4 hits in 7 2/3. And a big out there to end the 8th by Oliver Perez. That's in there for a strike. 1-1.
I'll tell you could see the confidence in all these guys. Jake Lamb, 3 hits tonight. Big hit in the ball game. Starting to feel comfortable over at third base, getting an opportunity to play a little bit more now.
It's got to be tough to sit out 42 games with that foot. Just as the season had really begun for him. Along the right field line, Shue gives it a look, and that's a foul ball, says Alan Porter at first. Jake Lamb, middle of April, suddenly, he's the hottest hitter in the lineup the first 2 weeks of the year. Guess that stress reaction in his left foot suddenly sits out 42 games, missed all of May. Comes back first week of June, and it seems like it's taken him this long, Gonzo, to kind of get, pardon the pun, his feet back, back underneath him.
And you look around, the position players, you look around, there's not a lot of old guys out there. These guys are fairly young.
Makes it a fun team to watch. 1-2 pitch misses inside. Castillo's even, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Early to mid-20s, most of these guys. You got to think if these guys have stayed together playing into their 30s, these guys are going to be a pretty potent ball club.
And they keep adding talent along the way. The Diamondbacks announced tonight they have agreed to contract terms with their 2nd-round pick. TCU lefty Alex Young is in the fold. And that's a name around here that everyone nods their heads in agreement. Good pitcher. That's a strikeout for Tollison, 1 away. That's a good one in there.
A nice pitch. You talk about painting one on the outside corner. That's a nice job by Tollison. Nothing Castillo could do about that. Just tip your cap.
So Alex Young, the 43rd overall pick in the draft, the left-hand pitcher out of TCU, has agreed to terms with the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I really liked him. I saw him pitch this year live. I went over to see a couple games over at TCU and was really excited about him. They had some good players on that ball club.
Oh, he sure did. He had that no-hitter going for a while in the College World Series against Dansby Swanson and Vanderbilt. Got that herky-jerky delivery from the left-hand side. Salty's got a walk and a single. He has struck out twice. The DH tonight. Did you get to see Dansby at all?
I did not.
Not in person?
I was over at TCU. My son was there on a trip, so I was I was on assignment actually as I was watching.
Undercover?
I was double agent there. I was there with my son, and I was actually watching a couple players.
Oh, and 2. Rangers in the bottom of the 9th will have Beltre, Moreland, and Hamilton 4, 5, and 6. Sigler continues to warm up at the Diamondback bullpen. 0-2 to Saltalamacchia. This does get a piece to stay alive. Did you wear your Diamondback shirt? Were you wearing sunglasses and a hat pulled down low so no one would recognize you?
No, I was incognito. My son was there visiting the school, so I was actually, they knew I was there, but they didn't know I was there to see guys also.
I see what you did there. Just missed there. It's 1-2. That's a great program. A great spot for Jacob.
It is. It is. It's amazing how you see a lot of these guys now from college, especially pitchers, get into the big leagues a lot quicker, and some good infielders too. If these guys, Correa, guys like that, even out of high school, these guys are bigger and stronger and developed coming out of these good programs. They learn how to play the game the right way.
And the Diamondbacks, by design, went very collegiate heavy in the draft, trying to get some players here sooner. Guys a little more polished, a little more of a finished product than a high schooler. Called strike 3. Saltalamacchia strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. 2 down in the 9th. This guy, Tollison, is really hitting the corners here.
Yeah, he is. He's got that. The edge is pretty much down.
Well, here's Chris Owings, the only Diamondback starter without a base hit tonight. CO walked in the 4th, reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, and scored a run in the 6th. He's 0 for 3. Jake Lamb at first, 2 outs. They'll keep him close over there.
See if he can get a hit right here. I'm sure he knows, sitting in that dugout, everybody's got a hit right now except for him.
13 hits for the D-backs, 4 for the Rangers.
I'd like to see him shoot one into that right center gap.
A lot of room out there.
Yeah, that was the pitch to do it.
Here's a look at the Rangers defensively. Diamondbacks, if they can hang on here, they'll pick up a game on LA. At least for the moment, Dodgers are trailing the Phillies. Diamondbacks came into the ball game 6 off the lead in the NL West. And creeping up on the Giants, who've lost 7 straight. Phillies are leading 4-0 at Dodger Stadium, 3rd inning. Warren Anderson is pitching for LA. Chad Billingsley leading the Dodgers. Globe Life Park here in Arlington, Texas. Hot and breezy. Chris Owens used to that. He grew up in South Carolina. Two and 2.
See if CO can get in a 2-strike approach here, try to get something out in the middle of the field.
It's full, 3 and 2.
I don't know. That's a pretty good pitch to take there. Just late in the ball game, down in the order.
Brian O'Nora has, for the most part, been calling those pitches on the black strikes. Ahmed would be next.
Absolutely. You got to know that umpire strike zone.
Just does get a piece as Jake Lamb off on the pitch from first.
Well, not only that, but pitcher's been throwing a lot of pitches on those outer edges. Be a little bit more aggressive there with 2 strikes.
One more time on 3-2. There goes Lamb again, and Owing strikes out. 3 consecutive strikeouts after the leadoff single for Tollison. And we go to the bottom of the 9th, and Arlington Diamondbacks lead at 4-2. Brad Ziegler coming in.
SportsArizona.com. My interviews with All-Stars Paul Goldschmidt and first-time All-Star A.J. Pollock. Plus, Diamondbacks players and coaches weigh in on the designated hitter and if they think it should go league-wide, National League as well. And then post-game reaction from this game tonight, guys. We'll send it back up to you. Brad Ziegler in.
All right, Jody, thanks very much. Bottom 9, Adrian Beltre, Mitch Moreland, and Josh Hamilton do up. 4, 5, and 6 for the Rangers. Brad Ziegler, 12 for 14 in his save opportunities this year, trying to close it down for Robbie Ray, who was brilliant tonight for the Diamondbacks. You like Zeke in this role, Gonzo?
I'd still like to see a different closer out there. I like him more as a situational guy coming in the 8th inning. I don't think he's a power pitcher to go out there. Most closers are throwing 94, 95, 96 miles an hour. To me, he's more of a, he gives you that jerky motion, but he's been effective, been able to get in. He's going to get the test here right with the heart of the order of the Texas Rangers.
Strike 1 to Beltre, who's 0 for 3 with that bad thumb. A sprained left thumb for Beltre. And he has really scuffled since coming off the DL. There's Goldie. Ziegler covers. Quickly one away. Brings up Mitch Moreland. Moreland singled his last time up. He's 1 for 3. He has twice grounded out into the overshift. The base hit was by Ahmed at shortstop away from the shift his last time up, and the Diamondbacks again have the shift on. 3 defenders on the right-hand side. Ahmed all by himself over there on the left side. Ball 1.
Well, knowing Nick Ahmed, He actually probably thinks he can cover that whole side on a normal day,
and he might be right.
I think he likes that challenge of being the only guy over there.
Well, you got to think that way to play shortstop in the first place.
Absolutely. I'm trying to recall. I think there was a play at home, maybe, that he made one in the hole and he threw it all the way across and almost made the play where everybody thought it was just going to be a clean single.
Ziegler behind 2-0. As rolled foul. Moreland a hot bat lately, 6 homers in his last 11 games. Usually looks to hit it to the middle of the field. This is away and it's 3-1. Hamilton is on deck. Full count.
Nice job by Ziegler coming right back with a 3-1, just going right after him, just trying to get him to put it in play. And try to avoid those free passes, make him earn it.
You want to certainly avoid a base runner here and not bring the tying run to the plate. 3-2 pitch. Up the middle, the shift is on. Lamb, tough play across his body, and he makes the play. Jake Lamb. That's a 5-3 putout from the first base side of second. A terrific play by the D-backs third baseman.
Boy, it really is. He made a nice play there, trying to gather his body a little bit. You see the arm strength of a guy like Jake Lamb, who's used to playing third, making those long throws across the diamond. Nice throw over to Paul Goldschmidt for the second out of the inning.
So the last man standing for the Rangers is Josh Hamilton, who was 0 for 3. Rolls the first pitch foul. Hamilton just his 11th game back with Texas, coming off nagging hamstring and groin injuries. Came over from the Angels at the end of April. Ziegler's ahead 0-2. Same two teams tomorrow. Diamondback Live pregame show at 4:30. Back home in Arizona, Jeremy Hellickson and Matt Harrison. Diamondbacks, if they hang on here, will be 41-42 and back within one game of 500. Hamilton swings and misses. Castillo makes the throw, and the Diamondbacks win the ball game 4-2. A win for Robbie Ray, who was absolutely sensational here tonight. He's 3-4 on the year. He gave up just 2 runs on 4 hits in 7 2/3 innings. He was outstanding.
He really was. He was very effective. First ball strikes. The 4 hits he gave up were all on first pitch swinging guys, so you got to give him a lot of credit to start this road trip out on the right foot here.
And the Diamondbacks snap Yovani Gallardo's consecutive scoreless inning stretch. They also hand him his first loss since May 19th. One more look as Ziegler gets the save.
Nice sinking fastball.
Diamondback Live postgame show. Hang on there. It's coming up next. Rangers trip coming out of the dugout here. Robbie Ray was outstanding, retired 12 straight at one point. And the Diamondbacks get back within 1 of 500. They beat the Rangers 4-2. Reaction from the clubhouse is next on Fox Sports Arizona. Don't go away. Diamondbacks win it 4-2. Back with much more from Texas after this.